Niners! Fam, tonight, I'm watching the game right with you. I'm telling you right now, I'm watching this Rams game. It's like in your face, at your place, Monday Night Raw. Because this game means a lot to us. And you know what's really funny about this? Because it goes hand in hand with what Jerry Rice said this morning on 95.7 The Game, right? I'm like, so Jerry Rice compares 49ers-Rams to a playoff game and puts a spotlight on areas Coach Shanahan must improve. You laugh. This is a big game coming up for the 49ers. This is it, fam. This is it. Get in there, play the Rams, or call it a season. That's the bottom line. And that's going to be the way it is. In fact, every game the 49ers play in the weeks ahead has to be treated as a playoffs game if Team San Francisco has any chance of making postseason play. We already know this, all right? And Jay Rice is implying that head coach Kyle Shanahan has been less than perfect so far in the 2020 season at his job. How many times every week? We love Shanahan. We think of him as a genius, but how many times do we question him week after week after week? Jerry points it out as well. We'll be taking your phone calls, though, tonight to grab perspective on the gravity of the situation the 49ers are currently facing coming up this Sunday, as per usual, as well as Rice is thinking on adjustments Coach Shanahan needs to make in the final weeks of this miserable year of 2020. And hey, fam, here's funny. Injuries? Yeah, it has been confirmed. DJ Jones, Jordan Willis to the reserve COVID-19 list. And the 49ers waived Kiko Alonso. The Niners just now waiving Kiko Alonso due to a failed physical, which is strange because he was part of the trade that sent Quan to the Saints. Does it make sense to you? I thought the physical had to be passed in order to even make that deal. I guess not. I was kind of concerned. I was kind of curious. Kiko gets hurt like every 5 minutes, though. So I guess the 49ers knew that. They just wanted to unload Quan and get rid of Kiko and save that money, too. I guess you can do that. Yeah, I guess. Hey, here we go, fam. According to Aaron Wilson of the Houston Chronicle, the 49ers are working out Jordan Matthews. Now, if you're like me, the first question you ask is, why? Why is Jordan Matthews coming back here for a third straight year? Okay. Coach Shanahan said of Matthews last year, with Jordan, the best thing is how much he's played. He's played a lot of football. He's a very reliable guy. We don't mind putting him in there at any position. The game's not too big for him. He plays very physical. He's a big guy. He can run also. He's got good hands, unquote. Coach. And also the guy in Houston who put this out, that was last year. Why is he here now? You know what really scared me, fam? We already know that Brandon Ayuk is on the COVID list. Or something more. They won't tell you the status of any player, right? I hope it's just quarantine. He can't. Nah, Brandon Ayuk doesn't have. Don't tell me he's got real serious COVID symptoms, right? Maybe Jordan, though, provides a bigger body out there with experience. I don't know what Shanahan's thinking. It's hard to figure him out sometimes. But if this is true, we'll find out in a couple of days, probably as Wednesday comes up. Shanahan will probably say more about this. Meanwhile, let's get back to Jerry Rice, though, as the game gets ready to start here. Jerry joined 95.7 The Game, as I mentioned this morning, to discuss the upcoming matchup between the Niners and the Rams. The Rams are playing right now, even as we speak, against Tampa Bay. Let's go, Tampa! Let's go! We got 17-14 Rams. See, I'm telling you, man, oh, God, the Rams are starting to look like a formidable team all of a sudden. Meanwhile, the Niners are coming off a bye week. We'll be seeing them this Sunday in L.A., where they haven't lost a game this season as of yet. All of a sudden, you got to stop clowning the Rams. Rudy, shut up, Rudy. The outcome of that game will determine what kind of phone call we will receive from the bizarre Rams man dude, Rudy. God. Rice told the host of the Morning Roast, quote, they have to look at that game, and I'm calling it right now. That game was a playoff game, guys. That's the way the Niners got to look at the game coming up, unquote. Boy, that's how you stop running for some pity, mama. Rice believes a bye week may do some Niners some good, allowing Coach Shanahan to work on certain tendencies and techniques to improve at several position groups. And one of them better be offensive line. If that happens, maybe the Niners can go on a run during these final 6 games of the season and sneak into the playoffs. I was just talking to somebody the other day online. I said, man, do you really want to go to the playoffs? I know, man. You know what? Between you and me, I'm not sure. But people make me feel bad about not wishing the 49ers make the playoffs. And then I said, they're right. Don't nobody be playing just to be playing. You play to go to the playoffs. You play to win the Super Bowl. So if you're playing for anything else, what are you out there for? Golf steps back into a tight window. See, the Bucs defense, fam, I'm not sure if they're all that good. You know how the Saints beat them up? And how close we could have came to beating the Saints had we not made a couple of mistakes? So could the Bucs be overrated? Rice continued by saying, just fundamental things. I'm sure they really worked on a lot of stuff this week, unquote. As for the 49ers-Rams rivalry itself, JR knows a whole lot about that. Played the division for most of his career. What does the matchup mean to Mrs. Rice's baby boy? Oh! Picked him off! Picked off golf! Good field position. Let's go, Bucs! Yeah! Rice good, man. Rice continues his quote with, that was everything to me. It was time to show up because you're going against a rival. You gotta get the photo up, fellas. There you go. It makes the hair just stand up on the back just a little bit because I get excited about that rivalry. I'm sure with the Niners, they had to go in and they had to make a lot of changes during the bye week. I think the most important thing for Kyle Shanahan right now is to get that running game going. Yes, please, Lord. You know what, though? We've not had our premier running backs for how many weeks? Or should I say, we haven't had Mostert for how many weeks? So this is the thing, you know. If Mostert's ready to roll, and according to, like, who was that called yesterday and said Mostert probably won't be back till next week? That's the thing to worry about. I agree with Rice. He has to get that going. And the efficiency of the offensive line, oh, man, that offensive line. Oh, they are a problem. They've got to get going. And then when you think about Nick Mullins, they have to put him in a position where he can win. Shanahan has got to build confidence in Nick Mullins. But this is a rival. It's time to go right now. And if you don't make a stand right now, it's pretty much over. That's the bottom line. Get them, Bucs. See, here's the thing. If the Rams lose one more game like this one, they will be 6-4. And let's see, 6-4. Yeah, we're still 2 behind them. So if we beat them Sunday, we'd be 1 behind them. We still got to depend on somebody else to take them out, though. You know what I'm saying? NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC. Every team in our division is getting better, and we are trying to run our quarterback out of town. I'm telling you, man. God. Ryan Dawson, what's up? Let's make this playoffs push. Yeah. You got to do it. You got to do it. Even if, I've had a change of heart. Even if I don't want to see them in there, for them, I want them to get a chance to see what they can do. And you know, the team will be like, a lot of guys will be back if they get that far down. Oh, nice. Oh, no. That's not a fumble. Is that a fumble? That's not a fumble. Bring that ball back, stupid. So, yeah. Brian Diaz. It's up, fam. Mr. Block Guys 2-2. Well, hey, Ronbo Sports, it's a must-win, I believe. We're getting a good number of our guys back. Kyle going to have a plan and execute. Go 49ers. We doing good for the situation we in, so give it all you got. Oh, man, here comes Suck Up for a field goal. Well, that's all right. What a name. If my name was Suck Up, I would have that changed. I don't care what my parents said. I'm not going by the name of Ronbo Suck Up. God, that's got to be painful. Can you imagine what it was like in elementary school and high school? Hey, Alex, come on in, man.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. I'm watching the Bucs and Rams. I couldn't stand it, so I said, but I got to talk. It's Monday Night Raw. Alex, Jerry Rice goes down on record saying they got to win this game. This is their season. They got to treat it like a playoff game. And will Kyle Shanahan please get the run game on track and do something about that offensive line? This is your game. This is it, Niners. This is it. It's over. Otherwise, you're just playing to be playing. Alex, what do you think?
He's right, Ronbo. It's a must-win game, and it's a telltale sign if we can make a run or not. If we lose this game, then I mean the season isn't over, but it's over. We could try to sneak in at 9-7, but it's gonna if we try to sneak even if 9-7's like.
Look,
it's going to be tough if we lose. It's going to be tough to get to a wild card if we lose this game because it'll depend on other teams winning or losing. It won't be up to us. It'll be up to other teams if they win or lose, and that's obviously you want to be able to control your own destiny.
Yeah. And Alex, if the Bucs beat the Rams tonight, even if we beat them Sunday, we're still a game back in the loss column. So we still have to depend on other teams to beat the Rams. But as far as the Cards are concerned, it's another story. You're right. No matter what we do, we got to win out and hope other teams can help us out. Unfortunately, we can't determine our own fate this year, which really sucks.
And listen, I think, and I don't know if I sound biased or not, but or if I sound like a homer, but I honestly think that we could win out the season, at least the regular season. I don't know about playoffs. And the reason I say that is because our defense has been playing lights out. We shut down the Saints' offense. We took Drew Brees out of the game. We played violent. We played violent on defense. It's going to come down to our offense. If they can put points on the board, if they can put drives together to keep our defense off the field, to keep our defense fresh, it's gonna come down to our offense. And it sucks seeing all these dudes on the COVID list because I don't know if you saw, but Trent Williams got tested positive. Trent Williams was the guy that got tested positive, and it's a little nerve-wracking because he is a cancer survivor. So him getting tested positive for COVID,
it could actually
scary.
Yeah, he could actually feel something beyond just being quarantined.
Right.
Because
who knows? Because if you have cancer, like your white blood cells, like your whole immunity is just really weak, and so we gotta be holding out for Trent Williams that he'll come out of this okay. But he could be a guy that we don't see on Sunday, and we roll with Justin School. And that could be a little shady going against Aaron Donald.
And it's true because every guy on the offensive line is going to matter Sunday. We can't have if Trent Williams isn't playing this weekend. And that positivity test was last week though. Now they've been testing him probably every day since then, right?
Right.
So we don't know the status as far as that goes. He may be. Everybody keeps testing negative minutes after they get these positive tests. So maybe. He's just got to go through the 5-day protocol, and that means he'd be back as early as Wednesday, I guess, if he is okay.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, which I forgot about, that's scary, Alex. Scary.
Yeah. So we definitely got to keep an eye on him. Do we get the injury report tomorrow, Wednesday? I forget.
Well, actually, anytime something breaks, they give it to you, but pretty sure there's going to be a press conference on Wednesday, and I'm sure Kyle will probably talk about it then.
Wednesday.
So
we got a whole other day to be in limbo, wondering what's going to happen to our guys. Awesome.
God, well, you know what's going to happen. They're going to move Brunskill to left tackle because he does a better job than McGlinchey, and they know this, right? So then you got McKivitz has actually beaten out Compton because Compton is just god awful, and then.
McKivitz ain't any better. I'll tell you that right now.
I didn't pay any attention because I was so concerned with everything else that was going on the field. So we're in trouble because McKivitz has no prayer against Aaron Donald, and that's where Aaron's going to keep his focus all day. So we got a problem, Alex. It's a huge problem.
But Ronbo, it's definitely a problem. But I think that because our offense is horizontal at this point, running a lot of sweeps and stuff like that, I think that that we can disguise that to a degree. So I mean,
you're right.
Listen,
Kyle's
we played the Rams.
Kyle's already thinking like you're thinking. He's got to come up with another angle because if Williams isn't playing, we got trouble.
Right, and he's had an extra week to work on it, to study film and all that stuff. Ronbo, I'm watching this game, and these teams don't look that good.
I'm watching it too. You just seen Goff scramble out of the pocket and make a play. There's a flag on it, though. I think against the Bucs. You know what? The Bucs are a little bit overrated, Alex. Their defense can be susceptible. So they really are. I mean,
the only reason that everyone thinks they're so good is because of their wide receivers, and yeah, they have great wide receivers, but Tom Brady is not throwing the ball well. I personally think the dude's washed. I know he's had one good game, but I think he's washed, Ronbo. And if you shut down the Bucs running game, then you shut down that offense. That's just plain and simple.
Absolutely.
Then the Rams, the Rams are the same way. Jared Goff, if you make him pass, he's not going to be able to make the throws. It's about the running game, and it's about the bootlegs and the rollouts.
And that's all he does.
These teams aren't impressive to me, Ronbo. They're just not.
And, Alex, did you just see that play? Who initiated that contact? I think they put it on Robert Woods, but it looked to me like Goff lowered helmet as Woods was going down. It was I don't know, how do you call that? The Rams got moved on that one. But you're right. I'm telling you, the Bucs defense is susceptible. We don't play them this year, which would have been epic. Because our defense is starting to deal with the secondary. We're looking good in the secondary, Alex. That's what I'm really appreciating. I didn't think they'd be able to pull that off. Sherman's coming back this week. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Alex, here's a question. Is our defense going to be able to sustain the same capabilities? Because Mosley was playing at a pretty high level. He had a couple of hiccups, but not a lot. And Sherman hasn't played for how many weeks?
Yeah, months.
I mean,
he hasn't played for months.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned.
I'm a little concerned, but at the same time, I'm not, because if we need to pull Sherman, pull Sherman.
But he is Sherman.
You can just if he's struggling, if Sherman's struggling out there,
you got to do
Sherman, from what I see, my own personal observation is Sherman lives off the pass rush. If he has an elite pass rush, then he's playing great ball. But we haven't seen him without a pass rush, so we don't know how long he can cover for. I don't like stopping continuity and momentum.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. But obviously, if Sherman's healthy, he's our number one cornerback, and we got to put him out there to see what he's got. I just want to see at this point, obviously I want to win out, but I would love to see us go to the playoffs. I would love to see that, because then we can be like, look what we did with a completely decimated roster with $80+ million on IR. That would be awesome. But who would be able to say that, for the next decade or however long? But at this point, I just want to see who can contribute to this team. And if they're not contributing, if they're not playing well, just get their ass off the field. We need to see who can be on this team and contribute and make plays. Look at Richie James. He was on the bench for the first 2 months and then comes out against Green Bay and explodes. Who else is on the bench that we've been suppressed, that we've been keeping suppressed? I don't know.
No, it's true. And this is something. And Alex, it's something you look forward to, because now some of these guys are going to get exposed out there, and they can be let go, because we're going to have to cut a lot of fat next year. So bringing guys out now, this is the only good part about it. Compton has no business being on this team, and there's several other guys. Spoon has gotten to the point now he's not even healthy anymore. I don't know if he was a healthy scratch the last couple of games or what's going on with that.
He's been healthy scratch the last 2 weeks at least.
Yeah. Okay. So there's no point in bringing him back. Because we can't afford to just have dead weight anymore. So there's going to be a lot of cuts made. Just the fact is, even if you're kind of a marginally good player, that's it. We can't use marginal anymore. We're saying goodbye to everybody we can't afford to keep. So, Alex, good stuff, man. Go ahead, get back to that game. And
all right,
as I'll keep an eye on this too.
So obviously we want the Rams to lose, but I'm thinking if the Bucks lose, that puts New Orleans first place in the South. I'm just trying to think who we need to jump to get a wild card spot. Because both these teams are wild card teams, right? At this point.
Well, at this point, yeah. But the thing is, if you look at the situation, the schedules and things like that, more than likely they're going to be tough for the rest of the season. They've got the East and some of these other teams. The thing is, we got to get the Cardinals. They're the last guys on the list as far as the wild card situation goes. I just really wish it wasn't them. You know how I feel about playing the cards. I hate that team.
I know. And it sucks looking back on games that we should have
won. True. All right,
Come
Alex.
this way.
Alex, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see you in a few days. Hey, be Ham.
Ron Beasy.
Damn. What's
going on? What's going on with you, Ronbo?
I'm just sitting there watching the game, and I couldn't. You know how I do on Monday night. I got to talk to you, and I'm watching. I'm looking at the Bucks. They're not invulnerable. They're not omnipotent. The boys. I wish if we could have been a full streak this year, I think the Bucks wouldn't have been able to stop us. Ain't no way.
But at full strength this year, Ronbo, I don't think. I think we would have lost that first game like we did.
Yeah.
But I don't think
after that
we would have.
Yeah.
We would have got our thing. We would have had business right, man. We had too many injuries. Too many injuries. Too many people going on IR, man. It's just it's one of them seasons, Ronbo.
It's insane.
You know.
I just the thing is though, the team was so stacked. It was more than could be believed. It was going to be too easy every week, and they got continuity from playing. Boy, look at this. Beham, the man, done throwed an INT. That's Tom Brady. What happened? Anyway, we was too stacked. And so it had to happen like this. Lord looked down and said, "No, that ain't fair. I'm gonna have to take him down."
Yeah.
Hey,
like I say, we always got next year, man. I hate to look at it like that. I heard the guy that just got off. He said he hoped that we go out there and make the playoffs. Hey, man, we already doing bad. We might as well go and get that low round draft pick, man. If we gonna build, let's build right.
And you know what else worries me, Beham? If we get to the playoffs, honestly, between you and me, ain't no point in me lying. We're gonna get a butt whooping, okay? You know what I don't want? Because fans, these clowns from Seattle and other teams running around the chat, this would just make their day. Oh, you guys always talk about the Hawks getting into the playoffs and getting beat every year. How about you? I don't want to hear it. Really don't.
Right.
So when we get ready to kick butt, let's go back. I don't want to look like the Hawks or any of these other clown teams that show up every year we made the playoffs. When we start talking like that, Beham, then we become them, a lower life.
Right,
Forget
right.
Yeah.
You see, yeah. See, my son, he's in the Continental Ronbo, and he's a Rams fan. So I just got back in the car. As soon as I get back in, he said, "Hey, Rams interception, Rams." Hey, man, look here, man. Next week, man, I want you to be talking about Rams interception next week. You know what I'm saying? All of that, man. I already told him we thought they had once before. You know what I'm saying? It won't be a problem to do it all over again.
We got a problem, though, because, Trent Williams is on a COVID list for the second time, and he's the one who tested positive. I just hope, somebody mentioned, he's a cancer survivor, right? And your blood cells and things, the structure still makes you vulnerable. If COVID is like they say it is, and it hurts pre-existing conditions, we need to worry about him, I think. I hope not.
Yeah, man. You know what, man? Because we just buried one of my club brothers out of our bike club, man.
Oh.
We just buried him Saturday.
No,
So the same thing, man. Yes, man. Hey, it's real. And it seems like anything that you have wrong with you, that's what it attacks.
Yeah.
So I mean, faithful fans, man, please, man, keep that dude Trent Williams in your prayers, cause hey, I know we want him on the field, but hey, we need him around just in life. You feel me? Yeah, man, that COVID stuff, man, is real. I'm hoping Rombo. I'm hoping with good faith and good prayer, just as a football fan. You feel me?
Yeah.
That this 94.5 and 95% vaccine that these people supposed to have
There's
out,
about
I'm
4 or
hoping
5
that
of them
it
out
clear.
there.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it clears this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? So we can get back to football as usual with the mini camp
Yes.
and everything else. That way, you know what I'm saying, you can evaluate play. Because man, this year, hold on, calm down. This year, man, we just was out here, and we out here with the luck of the draw, man. Maybe if we had a preseason, we could have found better rookies because we need 53 starters, Rumbo.
I know.
Them guys look those backups we have. That's why I told you a couple weeks ago they're backups for a reason. They get in for a game or two, they look real good.
Yep.
But when you start putting them in the game
On a regular
when you
basis.
start putting them in the game on a regular basis, it go to showing you this is why they were backups. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing,
This is why they're backups.
I know, and they get all excited. But Richie James, I'm hoping that Richie can continue to progress. That boy looked good against the Pack, but then again, he was the main target. So boy, look at the Rams. They're just doing whatever they please. Beham, I'm convinced the Bucks are not what they appear to be. That defense could be exploited.
Yeah,
and
man,
Goff didn't do all this against the Rams, the 49ers. The Saints didn't do what they did.
We would look the same.
Yeah.
We would look the same way if we had a full squad, Rombo. We just beat up this year, man. We broke up this year, man. Like I say, get Jimmy G a decent line and get him some weapons that'll stretch the field.
Yeah.
Then, if we don't do nothing with that, we
then
should say,
start to rebuild.
This is what we need to do.
Yeah.
This is what we need to do from here. And then I would say, yeah, it's time for him to go.
Yeah.
But right now,
full agreement.
Tom Brady went down there to Tampa Bay. He got all of this equipment down there, and you expect him to lose some games, but they looking bad. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking at this game, and I'm thinking, Brady, I got Gronk. I don't care if he is retired. I mean, just got to retire. He's back. I got Evans. I got AB. I got Ronald. What's the running back? Why would I be struggling? I mean, offensively, he looks like trash. They got 17 points in the third quarter. This is weird. Hey, Beham, the season has a start normally, just like you said, though. I believe the 49ers, I don't know what they do to condition at the beginning of the year, but apparently it is extremely important because there goes your son's going to be jumping up and down. The Rams just scored again.
Oh, my God.
The thing is, we start going like flies, dropping like flies right away. You can't go right from just riding a bicycle and conditioning onto a football field and taking contact.
No,
I don't even think they did any contact before the first game. Bam! Out for the weekend. Out for the season.
Man, listen, man. We was not ready, man. We was ready, but we wasn't ready. The bodies wasn't ready, man. It seemed like they should have been right back at it. I mean, hey, you take you a month off, but hey, this COVID, I think, just messed a lot of things up, man.
It did.
I honestly believe
2020 I wish we could erase 2020 like it never happened. It's the whole thing.
Hey, we got to bring some players back, man. We got to figure something out. I don't know where we stand. I don't be looking at the books and all of that. I know we got to bring some players back, man. Some people we ain't gonna want to keep. Some people we need to keep. Sherm is one of them. I hate it, but he's not as fast. But we need to keep him.
I agree. But yeah, we got to pull up though. I'm gonna let me see you in a couple of days. You must be at home if you with the son, huh? Somebody, I'll be
Yeah, man.
back
I
at the
had
end of the
another
week.
funeral today.
Oh no.
Yeah, I get back with you, yeah,
All right,
man.
fam.
Yeah, my wife, grandmother passed too. So
Oh,
that wasn't from COVID, you know. It was,
natural causes.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But
Sorry to hear that.
hey, we all gotta leave one day,
Yeah.
Ronbo. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we gonna keep pushing. Thank God for and
Mm.
keep it up, man.
Mm.
Faithful. Look, man. If I don't hear from y'all, hey, we might. I don't want to wash it. I would love to see us win, but if I can feel like we're gonna get us a better draft pick, that's what I'd rather go with.
And as will everybody at that point. All right, fam. See you in a few days. I
Hold
do
it down.
have. All right, fam. Night.
Okay, Ronbo.
Oh God, that's the first time I've actually talked to somebody that lost somebody to COVID. Emergency. Hey, Dion.
Ronbo.
Dion.
Ronbo. What's going on, bro?
I'm sitting back here watching this game like everybody else because it means so much to 49er fans. And I thought Brady was going to come in and be our savior. Big whooping Brady like a stepchild. You know what? Here's the thing. Jerry Rice he was on the game this morning talking about, the 49ers got to play this game like it's a playoff. They ain't got no more. And we knew this. They got to treat every game like a playoff game. They got to be intense. They got to be fired up each and every week between now and into the season. If there's any chance to reclaim any glory from last year, it started with the Rams. And the Rams, if we're 49er fans, looking at the Rams right now, just take apart the Bucs. Boy, we got a work cut out for us this weekend, D. But like Jerry says, Kyle, get that run game back in action, man, and do something with that offensive line. And make sure that you put Nick Mullins in a position to win, Kyle. We talk about this every week. I guess we're not the only ones. Jerry thinks so, too. But, D, give me some observations.
Man, we got a real hell of a time if Trent Williams is not able to go to school.
Oh.
Because we do not have anybody that's going to step in and take his place. See, here's the issue. The offensive line shuffling already drives me absolutely insane. You've heard me talking about it.
Yes.
And then to top it all off, like him being a cancer survivor and then testing positive for COVID, we got to be real careful with him that it doesn't attack him the wrong way. So luckily he got it early enough to a point where, hopefully he can test negative and we can get the ball rolling in the right direction here. Because we're going to need Trent if we're going to beat the Rams. If we don't have Trent on that left side, I am not trusting Justin School out there. I'm not. Not against Aaron Donald, not against Michael Brockers. Nope, not. No. I am not trusting that.
And look at the Rams. Oh, my God. I'm watching them attack with just like piranha. You're right. And every time I think about our offensive line, it freaks scares me. God.
Yeah, so, and I'm banking on the fact that the offensive line can get back to what it is. Hopefully Grasu comes off that COVID list, at a bare minimum. We're the way the offensive line, to me, I'm going to tell you this, and this is my thinking. If the offensive line is having an issue and, Kyle doesn't want to fix it, then I say this is what we do. And this is just my thoughts. If Grasu can get off this COVID list, put him back at center. Kick Daniel Brunskill out. Yeah, kick Daniel Brunskill out to left tackle.
He's going to have to do that anyway. If Trent can. I mean, that's the first thing they got to do.
But kick School in at right guard. You see what I'm saying?
Can he play guard?
Then he doesn't have such. He can. Then you don't have such a tall order, because the thing is, if you have him doubling with Grasu or with Mike McGlinchey trying to take care of Aaron Donald, it makes life easier for him. School cannot handle an elite pass rusher off the edge. We all know this.
Well, but if you to put him up against Donald, that's suicide too. You know what? Donald's going to pick and choose each, and because he can move anywhere he wants to on that line. He's going to go wherever the weakest link is anyway. Yeah, so we can't hide School. Brady's still they're still struggling out there. So we got a problem. That offensive line.
But see, the thing is,
I mean, Kyle's going to do like he did last against the Rams. Get that ball out of the quarterback's hands immediately, behind the line of scrimmage passes. Just get rid of the ball, because there ain't no point in trying to hope for that offensive line is going to hold. They're not. Unless, but last time was a masterpiece with Aaron Donald, but we ain't got them same people.
The thing is, work in Debo the way you need to. Don't, just be smart about the plays that you're running for him, so he doesn't wind up re-aggravating anything or hurting anything. We have to do whatever we can to make this happen. And to be honest with you, I pray to sweet baby Jesus that he does not start Jerick McKinnon again. Come on,
no
Kyle.
If Mostert doesn't play, was that you said Mostert probably won't start next week?
I think they're trying to bring him back after the Rams game.
Oh man!
But hopefully, if anything, start Austin Walter. At least the kid will be hyped and juiced to want to go. He'll want to go in and try to make something happen, because it'll be his first NFL game. But don't give Jerick McKinnon. Don't feed him like that, because Jerick McKinnon is not the guy. You saw that man, what he had, 18 carries and 31 yards. He was averaging like less than 2 yards a carry. He was trash.
We lost Savon. I forgot. He's over with the Vikings.
He's gone.
With the Miami.
And
he looks good over Miami, there too. Yeah,
Yeah, but the thing is, I like Savon Ahmed, but the thing is, they felt like Hasty was the better guy, because he had that, the quick twitch ability that Kyle looks for in his backs. I said, from his film in college, that was great, but I'm not worried. I'm not so worried about the defensive side of the ball. I'm worried about that offense. If that line is incomplete in any way, shape, or form, we're screwed to the high heavens. But the issue is can Trent pass a COVID test before Wednesday? Can we have him on the field? And then at the same time, a lot of these guys, stop kicking it together, man. Damn it, just distance from each other.
Yeah.
Because the issue is if you lie and say, I wasn't around anyone, then they start checking your social medias. These fools finding GPS. So-and-so's got a picture of this person and that person together. And then they're like, why'd you lie? Then you get fined, probably get suspended a game. It just broke. Guys, when you leave, stay away from each other. Because we cannot keep having dudes go on that damn COVID
mask
list.
On. Yeah, just stay up out each other's face.
But then a lot of this is just more so because they've been around someone, which to me, I get that. But at the same time, it's just, it kills me that you have to put them on that list. Why don't you just test them? If they test negative, just call it a day. You can't tell them, oh, well, we're going to put you on this list because you were around so-and-so, and then you test negative, and then they go, oh, well, you got to test negative again. I got to test negative every day, stupid.
Yeah. And
what do you mean? I have to consistently test negative regardless of whether I'm around somebody or not.
Yeah,
it's not going
to change. They do that every day. In fact, what worries me is usually they test negative the first day after they test positive, or in this case, you stay in quarantine, you get tested every day for 5 days. If it continues to be negative, apparently you don't have it, and they let you go off the list. But this is a scary thing, if
oh, yeah, with KB, oh, no, golf's going deep. Oh, thank God he didn't complete that.
Yeah.
Whew. He was, but, man, it to me next week is every game for the rest of the season is a playoff game.
Oh, absolutely.
We have must-win situations. The only thing we can possibly do is slip up and lose one game, maybe. If we lose any more than one game, we are done for the playoffs. Don't even try it.
Yeah.
Because it's gone. Yeah. We don't have enough to make it. And I'm going to tell you right now, if we make the playoffs with Nick Mullins, leave Nick Mullins in there. Just even if he loses the game. I don't care. Don't bring Jimmy back. Leave him out.
In fact,
let him sit.
Mullins would deserve it, because if he got him there, let him stay there. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'd rather, look, even if we get in and we lose, you know what? Nick did what he had to do. We got there. It gives him NFL experience. I don't want him to go in there and then they go, hey, Nick, we love you, but Jimmy's healthy. Let's bring him back. No, and he's rusty as all get out. Rusty, he gonna get in there. And Jimmy, when he get uncomfortable, he tap dance in the pocket. Boy, you call him what is Gregory Hines?
Especially that offensive line. And Jimmy freaks out the pressure now too. Especially that offensive line is still not allowing him a second to throw. D, we got to go, fam.
All right, brother.
Let me see you in a few days.
All right, Ronbo. Hey, if you get a chance tomorrow, man, check out the channel. I'm gonna bring on my boy John V. He be in the chat all the time.
All
We're
right.
gonna be over there, man.
John's
doing
cool.
the show. If you get a chance to check us out, John is a real cool dude. And if you ever need a laugh, just watch that guy's comments. He will have you crying.
I do. John be working them. He be working them haters. them
all
ants and roaches
day
we got
long.
running around.
All right, Ronbo.
There you go.
Good night,
Hey,
brother.
as
Much
D
love to you.
Thanks, fam. As D just counted out tomorrow, let's join him. What time you gonna do that, D?
It's 7 Eastern. It'll be 5 Mountain Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
All right, that'll be live. And Johnny V, the guy we love to watch destroy the haters, along with our other favorite guy, D, Niner Gang Podcast. And you can catch him out. Hey, D, have a good night, fam. I'm looking forward. I'm gonna do my best to catch up with y'all tomorrow. All right?
All right, brother.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
You too.
And we go, and Storm and Norm.
Live and direct from the 209er Empire is Norm. And shout out to Ronbo, the best sports podcast in the NFL. Tell your hating team that I said so. If you got a problem with it, tell your girl to cash at me.
Thanks.
We out here. We out here as Niners all day. And yeah, like so. What is the latest and greatest, Faithful?
Norm, I'm telling you, man, I'm watching the game because this is so important to us, the Niner Empire, and I'm laughing at Jerry West. Not Jerry West. Look at Jerry West. Boy, that's one logo to the other. Jerry Rice talking about, look, the 49ers got to play every game like it's a playoff game, and Kyle has got to put his people in position to win. Run the ball, Kyle, and make sure Nick Mullins is in position to win. Because, you know, Norm, we question Kyle Shanahan every week, a lot of us, about what he did when he did it, right? So I guess Jerry chiming in. But Norm, what do you think, man? It's playoff time every week from now on. That's some exciting football.
Well, I think they were supposed to play playoff football at the beginning of
3 weeks ago. I know. To be honest.
That's how I feel. Like, even when Arizona came up to Levi Stadium, y'all were supposed to play playoff football. This is your first game of the division rival, and you were supposed to go in there and smack them in your house. But that was the difference between this year and normal seasons of football. This has been a very awkward season for everybody in football. So, yeah, you got Drew Brees out on IR, like
because Contavious tried to kill him,
right? And then you got but now you think about now you got Tom Brady out there once again talking about this ain't but a pecan
and
get
getting
your
beat
ass
up. Dude came off the ground like Nick.
Get off the field.
Did you see that dude come off the ground like Nick? Come on! Oh, then it got Tom and beat him to death in the end zone. That's a 2-point safety. Oh,
hey, Rams
Bucks go home.
Hey, I got a question. I just got something to say to the Rams fans. I hope y'all enjoying this. Because this is not going to happen next week. This ain't going to happen next week, dog. It ain't going to happen next week, dog. Tampa Bay's defense and San Francisco's defense are two totally different styles of football.
Call roughing the passer. They didn't have to beat Tom up like that. That was just nasty.
I ain't going to beat up Nick Mullins like that.
But
you know what? But you know what, though? Oh. I got a question. I got a concern about that because there's something about Nick Mullins and being in front of that, being behind that offensive line we got, which is just
terrible.
They triple teaming Aaron Donald out there right now. Just imagine what we're going to have to do next week.
Well, see, the thing is, they're getting rid of Donald, but the rest of the Rams is coming to the rescue. They're tearing Tom up.
Right.
We got to get rid of the ball quick, like Jimmy did last time we played him. Do not stand there and wait for them to get there. I don't care what you got to do. You got less than a second. Get rid of the ball. Just get out of hands. Get it to somebody.
Yeah.
If Debo's back.
Nick Mullins going to have to do that. They probably got Nick Mullins in there going hard for practice about that. You know what I'm saying?
God. They look brutal out there today. I ain't gonna lie. Rams look lethal. They ain't looked this good all year. Of course,
go ahead. They look lethal, but it's just like I don't know if it's so much the Rams looking lethal or the
Was the
Bucks
Bucks looking so bad?
looking not as bad as we thought they were going to be.
That's what I'm thinking. So, hey, Dollar Bill, Will, you're so right. Super Bowl 2021, it won't be the Bucks. You're right, but it definitely ain't gonna be the Bucks. Ooh,
Not the
no.
Bucks, but the play they playing now.
I kind of like
Niners
it
can
though.
go in there and beat them. The Niners can go in there and beat them. With Nick Mullen.
And this happens all the time. You go and stack your team. You go get Tom Brady, the GOAT. So some people call him. I do not. But Tom's
Antonio
good, but I
Brown.
ain't the GOAT.
You
go
get the
back.
diva. You get the salt and pepper of NFL, aka Antonio Brown. Yeah, he's
right.
pretty supersonic. He's pretty supersonic, guys. I just if y'all don't know, Antonio Brown.
Yeah. God. You got everybody you need.
He's Hollywood and trap mixed with football. So if y'all don't know that by now, yeah.
No, you know what I like about this though? Remember how every year we need AB, and last year get Tom Brady, we'd be looking like this. See, I tell you, you gotta be careful what you ask for. Now I know but we ain't doing no better with Jimmy G. I know, but still, Jimmy G's in pain, laying up, and he's 28. What is he, 28, 29?
Tom Brady will be struggling behind our O-line. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh, no, he'd be dead meat. Because he's got a better O-line there than he does than we do. And it just
it's like I said before, there's condoms in third world countries that provide better protection than our O-line does right now. That's just the negative, and that's just the ugly truth. But I say this team needs to just keep keep cracking. No, but this team needs to just keep going to see how far they can go. Just go as hard as they can. You feel me? Ain't nobody want to give up. It's like, how many people what if I decided to just give up on my job because I'm having a bad day? You think no, just keep going, see how hard you can go. And I trust that John Lynch, no matter where they at in the draft, they're gonna pick good. They good for picking good players, no matter where they at.
That's true.
So, Tank.
And they get a lot of flack every time they pick up a bad player, but for the most part, Norm, would you say that the biggest percentage of the players the 49ers front office pick up are good players?
Especially our wide receivers. I was reading a report about Brandon Ayuk. And I said when I drafted him, if y'all don't remember, go back to the draft of this year, when they drafted Ayuk, I told you I had a feeling about what they was going to do, and it's being done. He's wiping the Ayuk off a lot of people, a lot of defensive coordinators, defensive backs, a lot of, head coaches on these other teams are wiping the Ayuk off their face, and it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. This wide receiver trio for the San Francisco 49ers may be the next best thing in football.
Because with Ayuk and Debo, they're going to do damage every game. That's just that's what they do. He makes so much difference in our offense. That's why I'm so glad he's coming back for this game, because I think teams hate dealing with Debo. I mean, because the dude comes around that corner on that end around sweep and everything else he does. It's hard on people, man. See, it was
hard. It was hard for them last time we played because we had Debo and Ayuk out there last time. Remember when we played the Rams? They were struggling.
So same goes on with the Hawks. Don't want to be bothered with Debo. We gotta go.
Spin right around them. Spin right around them again.
Nobody. What are you having, Norm? What are you eating, man? It looks good.
It's chicken cheese and bacon pizza, man. Fresh from Domino's, man.
Norm, you get back that pizza. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see you later in the week. All right?
Yes, sir. It's Niners all day, and I got my cup ready.
There you go.
Drinking that wine.
Night, Norm. Norm, that third world country. Okay, never mind. Forget about it. It's Niner Mike. Mike.
Hey, what the hell's going on, Ronbo? The guy.
Man. I'm sitting here, I'm watching this game because you know how much it means to us. And I'm laughing because I'm thinking, my God, I thought the Bucks were going to steamroll the Rams. and the Bucks are getting their asses handed to them. I was like, my God, this is brutal. So anyway, but Mike, the Jerry Rice has chimed in on the 49ers. I had to laugh because he said, 49ers better know every game between now and the season end is actually a playoff game. And for God's sakes, Kyle Shanahan, get back to the run game and please put Nick Mullins in a position to win. Although, when Jerry says that, that's easier said than done. But, yeah, we got to establish a run game to work for Kyle Shanahan's offense to even begin to work. And the Bucs need to know they need to get the run game going, too. That's the thing. That's why Brady's getting his butt handed to him. They're not running the ball at all now because it's just ridiculous. The Rams are just killing them. So, but what do you think about Jerry's comments?
I gotta tell you, Ron, we still talking about the playoffs, Ronbo?
No, well, Jerry Rice is. That's why I brought that up.
Jerry Rice, listen, he's a public figure, He's got to say, he's got to be politically correct all the time, So, but listen, I can't believe we're still talking about the playoffs, Ronbo. Listen, I hope we don't win another game. I really do. Maybe, although I take that back. Listen. I hope we at least beat the Cowbroads because I just hate them that much. I just friggin' hate them. I can't stand them. So I hope we beat the Cowbroads. Other than that, I think
and you include the Rams zone, Mike. I do not like the Rams, and
I
their
don't like
base
the Rams either.
is
but listen,
annoying.
that might take us out of the top 10, Rombo. Listen,
you can win
take us out of the top 10.
You
we need
can
a
win,
top 10 pick, Rombo.
You can win 2 more games and still be in the top 10. I promise you. We're so
I
far
don't
behind.
think so. Listen, I was looking at that list last night. Let me tell you, it's been pretty rough out there in the football world
you got the
for
Jets.
a lot of teams. Ronbo.
Let's count them down. You got the Jets. Everybody else is far ahead of us, Mike, except for you got Chicago.
Listen, we're in the mix. There's about 5 or 6 teams that we're in the mix right now with the same record and then there's a handful of teams that are below us right now. You got the Jets, you got the Bengals, you got the Giants. You got the Eagles. They only got 3 wins.
You want a quarterback, so you don't have to worry about the Bengals. All you got to worry about, the Jets are taking Trevor Lawrence.
Listen, we're not gonna get any of the top quarterbacks. I already know that. And honestly, I don't even know if we get a quarterback this year in the draft. You know what I mean? I'd like to get a top 10 first round pick, send that and a couple of things to Green Bay. You already know. And we can get on.
You want the established guy? Oh, that makes more sense to me.
We can get on with it. We can get on with it when it comes to that. But I really think that's the thing, Ronbo. I looked at the list. Listen, I looked at the list earlier today. There was an article that came out, and I looked at the list on there, and it's a long list, Ronbo. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Listen, no matter what we do next year, we're going to be a very, very different team next year. We're going to be a very, very different team, no matter what. With the salary cap, with whatever it is, we're going to be a very different team. We got a lot of players that are going to be free agents. A lot of players. And normally, a lot of times you read those articles and it says, it's going to be a lot of players. It's like maybe, 10, 15. No, listen. We got a lot of players. Mike, on that
I can give you the number. It's 41. And like Dion said yesterday, I counted them too. We only need about 15 of them.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I get that. We only want to keep maybe about 15 of them. But listen, we also got to start thinking about what's going to be best going into the future. And that's where it all comes down to it. And if there's only 1 or 2 quarterbacks in this year's draft that's worth, that kind of investment, then so be it. And we really try to capitalize and make something happen with the free agent that's out there. What I don't want to see is a Carson Wentz come in. I don't want to see Matt Ryan. I don't want to see one of these other guys. I don't want to see another. I don't want to see one of that. I don't want to see that. I want you to see somebody that's either a veteran that's really, really going to get the job done, or we go ahead and find that young kid that Shanahan thinks he could develop and we could move into the future with. But regardless, no matter what we do, Ronbo, We're going to be a very different team next year. People need to understand that. So this whole delusional thought about playoffs and everything. Listen, if you're not thinking about winning the Super Bowl, and if you know you don't have a legit shot at winning the Super Bowl, then don't be worried about the friggin' playoffs. All right, let's just be honest here.
Yeah.
You know, let's be honest. We got bigger fish to fry, Ronbo. We got
Mike,
bigger fish to fry.
I got a feeling, though, the nucleus of the 49ers is probably pretty much going to be the same as next year. Well, there may be a couple of guys from that first unit missing, but I don't think they're going to lose
Not a couple
of
of guys, Ronbo. Listen, not a couple of guys.
I said the nucleus.
I would argue
I said the nucleus now. I'm not talking about some of the fringe guys.
No. I get that. But listen, when you say nucleus, we have more of a nucleus established on offense, but on defense, when it comes right down to it, we're probably only going to have maybe a handful of starters returning on defense. Maybe a handful. But realistically, we're only going to have about maybe 3 or 4. Realistically, we're only going to have about 3 or 4.
Mike, your secondary is the one. Pretty much the linemen are all. Let's see, the linemen front line is already signed.
No, they're not. Solly Thomas is not coming back.
That's one of the guys I'm talking about. That's definitely not coming back. You're not going to read. Yeah,
D Ford's not. That's what I'm saying.
You're cutting fat. You're cutting fat. You're cutting fat. This is what I'm talking about.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
D Ford's done. And so is Solomon Thomas.
Yeah, D Ford is done. You got Solomon Thomas. You're talking about DJ Jones is a free agent. You're talking about Ronald Blair's a free agent.
Ronald Blair will continue on a 1-year contract and appreciate it. You got to worry about Corey Hyder is going to need a contract. He's made enough noise that people see him around the league. There'll be a competitive signing for him too. So it's going to be
definitely. And he'll do better. He'll do better with Nick Bosa on the opposite side of him.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? He did pretty solid this year with virtually no help, really. You know. Yeah. But if he had a little bit of help, the linebacker. I think I don't know. Is Drake Greenlaw one of them that's on that list?
No, Greenlaw just got drafted last year. He's a rookie.
Okay, so then he should be sticking around.
Absolutely,
Fred's not going nowhere.
Yeah.
So but the secondary is going to be the only thing I can see. And listen, for all the Sherman lovers out there,
Mike, we got to pull up though because I got to go here pretty quick. So we're not going to be a little too far over time. But listen, I'll see you later in the week for sure. I got your email too. I'll get back to you about that in a minute. All right. Hi, Vam. It's Denise, come on in, Denise.
Hey, Ronbo, how's it going?
It's going all right, Denise. Although I'm not, this game, Tom Brady looks like complete butt cheeks. I mean, did you see that pass he just threw into the dirt? What's wrong with him? It looks like he got paid off. Anyway, Jerry Rice is saying, and in spite of what Mike says, Jerry Rice still wants us to go to the playoffs, and he's hoping we win out and treat every game like a playoff game. And also, with the thing about get back to telling Kyle, run the ball, Kyle, please run the ball. Establish that run the best you can. And also, put Nick Mullins in a position where his confidence can build and he can win. Jerry doesn't know. I don't know what he's watching, but Kyle is trying to do these things. That's why I had to laugh when I read it. But Denise, what are you thinking on Jerry's observations and anything else you want to add?
Well, I love Jerry Rice. He's actually my all-time favorite player. Like, I have an autographed picture from Jerry Rice. Right. I absolutely love that man. Like, I have a shirt that has probably more holes in it and is hanging together by a thread. And because
but Jerry signed it.
It's signed. Yes, I won't throw it.
Make sure that signature doesn't fall off, though. No matter what everything else falls apart, that's got to stay in place.
People have tried to throw it away, and I'm like, I swear, if you throw my Jerry Rice,
I know, that's some people just don't realize. Don't be putting your hands on my stuff unless you find out if I want it or not. Drying the car off with Jerry Rice's jersey could get you killed.
Yeah, I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't care how many holes are in that shirt. I love that shirt. I'm keeping it forever. It's going to be buried with me.
Oh my goodness, Denise has already planned it ahead. But Denise, what about Jerry's option? What about what he thinks? Is he on target?
I,
And
you know
Denise,
what?
do
I
you
love
want to go to the
Jerry. And
playoffs?
you know what?
I think our community has mixed emotions on this subject. But what do you think?
Well, of course, the fan in me, I want to see us win out. But then, you think about it, and I'm like, I don't want us to, get there and get bounced in the first round.
I know, and be the
Like,
Hawks. I hate that.
yes, I don't want that. I don't want that. Like, of course you played to win, and it's like, I know, like, I try to stick up for Kyle, and I know everybody's hating on him, but I'm just like, including Jerry, and I'm like, you know what, man? Like, do you honestly, like, please tell me, like, please give me a name of a coach that could do a better job right now with the pieces that he has.
Good point. I'm glad to hear you
Like,
say
please
that.
give me somebody.
So it's hard to appreciate. They just look at the record. I mean, we got people missing. Of course, he's doing a good job.
I mean, like, is he perfect? No, he's not perfect. But people forget he's young, and like, you know what? Like, Bill Belichick wasn't a superstar when he first started coaching.
True.
Like, Bill Belichick made huge amounts of mistakes. Like, all these coaches, like, I'm sorry, Andy Reid, who everyone thinks is the best coach in the NFL. I'm sorry, how long did it take him to get a Super Bowl?
Yes, lots.
I'm sorry, how long did it take him to get a Super Bowl? 50 years?
You know what?
50 years.
Yeah, for that franchise. But he was in Philly before and got fired. So it's a process. You're right. Glad you pointed that out.
It is. Yeah, like, come on, everybody. Like, like, you stick up for Jimmy, and I feel like you're Jimmy's attorney and I'm Kyle's attorney. I'm like,
I know. It's funny because how many years, Denise, have we suffered before both Kyle and Jimmy came to San Francisco? We've been in the doldrums. We've been the joke of the punchline of every football joke.
Yeah, and then people are like, oh, he needs to give up his offensive play calling. I'm like, okay, name me an offensive play caller who's better than he is.
Right? That's what I agree. He needs to hire an OC. Whoa. He is an OC. He's a OC first, and then he's a head coach. But you're not getting a better OC than Kyle.
I don't think people realize he really does give, like, a lot of his assistants do help him a lot with all the other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's, like, come out and said that like, like Matt LaFleur, who got the head coaching job at the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, he was one of his assistants, and he helped him a lot with the game, and managing the game and doing all that. That's how he got a head coaching job. Hello.
That's it. Uh-oh. Boy,
and
the Rams, oh my God. The Rams just
Did they just score again?
I think the Rams just recovered the ball in our. You know how we screwed up on special teams last week? I think the Bucs are just coming apart. They could be battling for a wild card if they keep up the madness. They look awful. I mean, really do. Against good teams. I mean, they got ran off the field by the Saints. The Rams are just beating them up. The Rams are screwing up, and they should be able to have a bigger lead than they have. But come on. Yeah, the ball's bouncing around.
Well,
no, it touched the Rams. That touched the Rams. Watch the refs make the bad call.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
You know what?
Anyway.
Like I said, I don't know. Like, I hope, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I disagree with everyone. I would like to draft a quarterback and keep Jimmy.
Yeah.
Like, I hope Jimmy will restructure I hope Jimmy will take a pay cut and restructure his salary so we can keep the pieces around him and then draft a quarterback in the first round, not the fourth round, Kyle, and train him behind Jimmy. That's what I want to happen.
And if Jimmy has one of his famous injuries, the kid can come in. And so that's all I've said. I says, I like a process where I don't have to be scared to death. Because if that kid comes in and if he's not any good, if he's taking forever to learn the system, we're getting beat every week. It's because he's in there too soon. Let him learn Kyle's immaculate offense, and then let's take a look at him. And that's all I've ever said.
Well, yeah, I think that's a perfect plan, and everyone needs to think about it. If Jimmy does get injured, then we have someone sitting behind him who can act. And, Nick can win a game here and there, but I'm talking about someone who's supposed to be our replacement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The future franchise piece. But Denise, you're asking too much. So Kyle's not going to pick a first round quarterback. He's going to get a guy out of the third round.
You know what, Ronbo? You better start praying, Ronbo. No, Ronbo. I don't want to hear that, Ronbo.
He's going to do it. That's Kyle. That's praying. Just the way he is. You know how he is.
No.
What everybody else thinks is good. Denise, my feelings are still a little afraid. I thought I was going to get the Bama running wide receiver. And Kyle went down and got Ayuk. I'm not mad about that, but I was shocked. We got Javon Kinlaw. I'm not mad about that, but I we're gonna get a wide receiver with that 7th pick. I just know it's gonna be Henry Ruggs and no Javon Kinlaw. Okay, we'll get a wide receiver in a minute. No, we got him late. It's okay.
You know what, Ronbo?
Real quick,
you're making my stomach hurt because I know you're probably right.
Yes, Denise. Denise, we got to talk later. I got to go. But let me see you later in the week, okay? Always awesome to hear from you. You know this.
All right. Thanks. Fam. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Tell those guys to leave that jersey alone, too. All right. Night, Denise.
Bye.
And we got to Garden State real quick with James sitting up late watching the Bucks get just beat up. James.
What's up, Ronbo?
James, I'm watching what I thought was going to be a juggernaut because I wasn't saying nothing, but I was scared of the Bucks. They had an assembly of talent that was ridiculous, and everybody can whoop them, James. Anybody got any kind of team can whoop them. See, James, and remember, this is good, though, James. You know why? Because every year, AB's available. Get him. Tom Brady, let's get him. We always get him. And I hope people watch this and see what I'm saying. Don't be just getting everybody that's out there. The reason they're out there is for probably a good reason. James, your feelings tonight on that and Jerry Rice and everything else 49ers. Because I know you heard what Jerry said, right?
Yeah, it did, Ronbo. As usual, first and foremost, thank you and your staff for all that y'all do for us and to keep this activity with the program alive. And I'll tell you, I listen to Jerry, but I also feel like this. There's a lot of people that are saying, which is true. We got a lot of free agents this year. We got an abundance of them.
Yes.
But I think everybody in the NFL, all the owners, I think they're going to come to that owners meeting. I don't see them giving up a lot of money to people this year. Where does the revenue come from? The salary cap? Okay, but the TV ratings are not really there because most people are gathering at other people's houses to watch the game. It's not
true.
It's not like, there's just not a lot of revenue, and the COVID is continuing to rise. We're not out of it yet, by no means.
Okay,
but by the grace of God, hopefully something goes, something works out. And I can tell you, man, the call of Dion, he really touched on something when he said about this whole line problem. Me, myself, I'm going to say it just like this. I've not seen enough of Trent Williams this
to appreciate.
Season
I know he hasn't.
To appreciate giving him no big contract. I have not seen it. You can see that he can play 2 or 3 games and his body's breaking down. Okay, or he's out injured. Richard Sherman is the same thing. Okay, now I do believe somebody like Parag Marte. Here's what you can do. You have maybe $150 million. You give maybe 12 people 2-year deals, for like $6 million probably a year. That's a $12 million 2-year deal that they're getting with. There's no stability in the financial resources right now. They can't pack those stadiums and open up those vendors and the concessions and all that and the parking. The money is not there.
The players got to appreciate that.
Not
and
there.
I like that, James. They need to have that meeting. And, you're right. Get an agreement.
They're going to. They're going to. They're going to have that meeting.
Yeah.
And one thing people need to realize when,
Tampa Bay just did they finally got a pick off.
Say you're making $2,000 a week. What happens when you get injured? You go on workers' compensation, don't you? And when you go on workers' compensation, you get basically a third of what you made per state. That's really what happens.
And retro payments,
and
James.
in the NFL, that's right. And in the NFL, it's the same way. Okay, it's because they have it balanced where if a guy is only making $4 million for 3 years and you're making $30 million for 3 years at $10 million a year, is it fair to give you $7 million for the season you're out on workers' comp and give the player that's only making $4 million for 4 years, give him $280,000?
Yeah,
it's not fair.
See, they got to come to. They
do
have to sit down and do some arithmetic. You're right, and as I say, James, your deal about you got a certain ceiling on how much player can get paid, and then have retro payments that are 3 years staggered until the situation in the stands and all the revenue. Avenues can be regrouped. But I got to tell you, James, I'm looking at both Jared Goff and Tom Brady. Jimmy G's looking better than both of them tonight. I'm loving it.
Listen, I can tell you right now, some people are saying that we should go to the playoffs this year. Well, I can say this much. I've seen enough of Nick Mullins to know this guy is just not a good quarterback. I want people to realize he's in his third season with the Niners under Kyle.
Yeah.
So after 3 years, if you don't get it by now, I don't think it's going to ever arrive for you. And a team like this with the offensive weapons around you, and he can be sailing right along till he makes that first turnover, and there it is. And I can tell you now, look at the expressions and the body tone and the language of the players once he makes that turnover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick, he looks like he's about to start crying. Nick, pull yourself together.
And they won't play for him. They just won't play for him. And here's another thing. I agree with what the caller Dion was saying. I like what he said. And I can say this much. I do believe one of the problems we're having with McGlinchey, you know what it is? We understand vegan cauliflower grilled cheese sandwiches just don't fill you up, okay? But in Notre Dame, he played the left side of the offensive line. And
Elliot was telling us about that.
Some players you can move from one side of the line to the other. You can't move them around, and some of them just don't cut it. Some of them will even say, look, coach, I'm better suited at the left side. Well, we're going to try it the right. We'll think you'll get it. Now, me, I could see them moving McGlinchey to the left tackle.
Yeah.
Moving Brunskill to the right and putting School in at right guard.
Yeah,
Dion suggested back Horonis. Yes. Putting Horonis Grasso back in at center. And I think the reason they're not going to bring Garland, right, there's no need to bring Garland back because their future, they're already believing and seeing, they're going to move on from Richburg, man.
They have to.
You see what they did with Quan Alexander? Yeah, you can't pay this guy for playing 3 games. And the Saints, they won yesterday against the Packers. But guess what? We know that Quan is good for 4 or 5 games. Okay? That's what I named him. Quan Alexander. Got the big contract, 4 or 5 games. Hey, he up there taking selfies at the hospital bed, with an IV in his arm for pain medicine and another injury. Ain't nothing. There's nothing spectacular about that. There's nothing good looking about that. For the money we were paying him, I'm glad he's gone. We know D Ford is gone. Okay.
Yeah, oh, please.
And
if anybody wants to see go by, it's got to be D. 2 years of nothing.
Truth be told, right now,
how good
of a position are we in where I'm being realistic. If we don't win anymore, we're right there in the running for one of these top quarterbacks that are out there. We see what's happening with Justin Herbert. Okay.
That's true.
We see what was happening with Joe Burrow. Okay. We see what's happening with Kyler Murray and possibly even Tua.
Yeah, those guys. Tua's good. Kyler Murray's in the second year. He was good last year, though. James, we got to pull up. We're out of time. Let me see you later on in the week, will you?
All right, Ronbo, be blessed, and thank you for all that you do. Nana Empire, Nana for life. Everyone, I ask you all, this COVID thing is not a joke. Please do not take it lightly. I mean, I heard Birmingham, and I got stories just like that of people I knew that ain't here no more. That, they just didn't pay attention or they caught it. I don't know, but I know it's not a joke or a game, and we just got to pay more attention to what we're doing and try to be more safer.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank
Take
you
every precaution.
for all that you and your staff do. Have a great evening. Be blessed. Nana Empire, Nana for life. Ready to go. Tell them dead and cold. Bang, bang, Nana game. Shout out to my homeboy down in the south end of the Garden State. Good night.
All right, James. Appreciate you, fam. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Be blessed. Thank you.
All right. Boy, Chris Godwin, that was one acrobatic move into the end zone. They gave him that touchdown, too. I thought he stepped out of bounds. That was incredible body control. Boom! Touchdown. And looks like the Bucs are going to struggle and hang on with 3:53 left in the fourth quarter. What a game. Hey, Derek. That's it. Tied up. See, if the Bucs win this game, it just really does amplify the fact that the Rams really are losers.
Ronbo, I'm here.
Derek, I'm watching the game as I couldn't stand not coming back on Monday Night Raw. But this game's intense. You got two teams, both of them are just sucking at the wrong times, right? And now it's tied up. You got sucked tied.
Oh, God. Yeah, Brady definitely looks old, Ronbo.
Oh, God, yeah.
He looks old. I don't know what everybody else is looking at.
I tell you, I said, that's why I said, oh, man, everybody was crying, bring Brady to San Francisco, get Jimmy the hell out of here. Guys, Brady is 43. How many more years is he going to play? But, and now it looks like it may not be a lot more years. If Brady doesn't make it to the Super Bowl this year, Tampa Bay is going to be inclined to say goodbye. You know that's going to happen, right?
Uh-huh.
So,
I mean, one thing that has been proven, Ronbo, this year is a lot of jumping on our guy, the guy we have, the guy they picked out.
Yeah.
But he needs protection. We lost Joe Staley, and it was like these guys forgot how to block. It didn't look this bad last year. Even when Jimmy was, even when we were winning the games, Ronbo, I urge people, especially like some of the people I talk to, like people I work with and stuff, watch the games. Jimmy was getting blasted last year. He just completed the ball, He stood in there all last year and got blasted in one game. Like, what do you want him to do?
And you know what's so funny about that? Because you look at these games, you look at the stats of this game today, the percentages are awful, especially with Brady. Goff's thrown the ball about 40, 50 times already. One thing about Jimmy, no matter what you say about him, his percentages are usually not going to be bad. He may have a game here and there, but if you go down through the list of the year, Garoppolo's percentages are always near 65 or 70% minimum, right? This is what I'm saying. What are people looking at? You see a mistake, you amplify it, you define him by it, and you hate him. I said, we're winning a lot more games with him than we're losing.
I'm right.
And that's
people
been
forgot about
those
both Cardinal games and all that stuff, Ronbo. But one thing that I want to say about Shanahan, I heard, Denise is his attorney, I guess. But, But one thing I would like to see out of him, Brady threw the interception a little bit ago, and then they showed Bruce Arians going over. You see a lot of the older coaches do that, go over and urge their quarterback on. And you never, I don't know what that is about Shanahan. He doesn't say anything. And, sometimes you need that. There's not robots on the field that you can reprogram,
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to encourage people to keep going, and I have a little bit of a problem with that. You know,
Derek, I think Shanahan, I think he really, you know what?
I don't
look at him, I think he has a short temper. I really do. I think he gets
That's not good.
really pissed off sometimes. And he doesn't want to say nothing to his players at those particular moments. I really do. I think he has anger issues, but we don't see it.
Yeah, that might
You
be a
know?
problem because in high pressure situations,
You need
you
to
got to
stay
urge
calm.
your guys going. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if he's not going to get behind Jimmy, he isn't behind CJ, he isn't behind Mullins. You know, that's scary, Ronbo, because it's like, is he going to label whoever we get to go behind Jimmy a failure? I mean, what's his deal? I would love to know.
Yeah, that's really.
I kind of have a little problem with that.
If and here's the thing: if Shanahan goes into the draft looking for a quarterback, is he going to listen to the other guys that pick up these guys? Because you need to fit a certain criterion for him to even think. Shanahan doesn't care if you know how to run. He wants to know if you can keep your eyes down the field and find the receivers. Everybody wants, we need a mobile quarterback. You guys don't understand. Shanahan does not want a guy running around and he's supposed to be making plays.
Team.
Yeah. And
I
that's
mean, it's pretty obvious he doesn't want somebody. Look at his, and although people say, oh, well, he had RG3, he didn't want him.
Right.
That's the thing.
He
that
wanted
wasn't his
Kirk.
pick.
He grafted Kirk.
His dad
the same
his
year.
dad was there, right? And he didn't want to work with him.
I know.
I don't fall back on that at all. Get an O-line is where I'm at. Keep Jimmy, get him to take a pay cut and run it back. That's the mindset I'm in. I'm fine with, picking up whoever. We need to be looking at O-linemen too, guys.
We do. Because you're not going to get anything done without an offensive line. I don't know, but Derek, there's no money to go out and get a better offensive lineman.
Exactly.
And if you draft a kid, it's going to take him a couple of years to develop. That's the way it goes with offensive linemen, mostly.
Yep. So, and last but not least, Ronbo, like you said, those guys need to develop. And, we're not the only. I mean, a couple. I think it was John V that brought it up, and a couple others. But there's other quarterbacks. Some of the guys that people suggest us bringing in, like Matt Ryan and all. Those people want to get paid too, and they all make more than Jimmy.
And they're getting paid way more than Jimmy. And
I'm not so sure Jimmy is bad if you give him an O line.
No, in fact, I know he's not.
How often do you see Jimmy with more than 2 seconds to throw the ball?
Rarely these days. Any of our quarterbacks.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
we'll
it's rough out there. And to expect a quarterback to be able to perform under the conditions is asking too much. So if he makes a mistake, it's his fault? Oh, not completely.
Exactly. No training camp, none of that, Ronbo. The only training camp he had was a little road trip that he had with the guys. And it's just like the O-line can't block, and it's a bit much.
And defensive lines are quick. They're faster and faster every year. Faster.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost to a point where you just need it. We might need a better or just blocking tight ends if that's the route he wants to go. I mean, if he wants to run, then run. I don't understand what Shanahan wants, to be honest. Do you want to pass? Or you want to run?
Well, Shanahan wants to run. Everything he does is based out of the run. That's why he's got Bobby Turner. He's got a guy with a title for the run game that I've never heard of, except for in Shanahan's system. So his run is very important. That's why he gets offensive linemen. They're athletic, not always real big, but they're athletic. They can get out into space, and they can create that maze that he wants to create that makes it easy for certain running backs to get through. So that's his MO. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ronbo, I'm going to leave you with this, man. What do you think about getting what's our guy's name? Our quarterback. Oh, God, hang on.
Which one?
CJ?
CJ?
It's leaving me. Garcia. Do you think it would be possible to get him as a quarterback coach? What are the criteria for that?
He actually asked for that job a few years ago. I don't know.
No kidding.
Yeah, he did.
Because he has so much insight when I watch his interviews, and I think he'd be great for the job, not Shane Day. I like Garcia a lot, man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that conversation, but he came publicly and made it clear that he'd love to come in and coach with the 49ers as a quarterback coach. I think he was trying to work with Cap, and he didn't get
that would have been nice.
Yeah, he didn't get no feedback.
No love.
Anyway.
All right, Ronbo, have a good night, brother.
Hey, you
Keep
too.
This gold train rolling. Yes, sir. Later.
Bye, fam. Night. Yeah, we get. Hey, Steven, come on in, man.
Oh,
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing?
Steve, I'm sitting here watching this game, and it's hilarious. 24-24. It seems like neither team is really going to do enough to win. If this game ends in a tie, I'm going to lose my mind laughing. They both look awful at times. Brady looks like a shell of himself. Goff looks like golf. And, it's pretty funny. Aaron Donald's not being a big part of the show tonight, though. So, but Steven, Jerry Rice is the subject of the day, though. Rice came out and said, hey, the 49ers, because a lot of us don't know if we want. Steven, do you want the 49ers to go to the playoffs?
You know what, Ronbo? As much as I'd love to, realistically, I'd rather have us not go to the playoffs. We have too many people that just aren't going to be able to play, and we just do not have the capacity to go to the playoffs, especially with how many people are out on injury, with how many people are possibly going to stay on the COVID reserve list, like Trent Williams. Man, I hope he does good. I really hope. Hold on. You know what? Sorry about that.
Okay, go ahead, because I missed what you said. Go ahead.
Actually, you know what, Ronbo? Go ahead and give a call to someone else. I got to take this phone call really quick. I'm so sorry.
Okay. We'll see if we can get back in. I'll be here for a few more minutes. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Ronbo. You take care.
You too, fam. Shay, get on in there, Shay.
It's my turn already, Ronbo?
Yeah. I think everybody's watching the game.
Ronbo live?
I'll be watching the game, actually.
Yeah, I was just watching it. They did not even believe that damn ball. They won't put the defense back out there.
Your sentence broke up. Repeat that. What'd you say?
I'm sorry.
What happened?
No, I said they didn't believe in Jared Goff on that 3rd and 8 in the end zone. They just ran the ball. They ran the ball on 3rd and 8, and then they just kicked the field goal right now to go up 3 on.
I'm
Tampa.
watching it.
I'm watching 27.
Yeah, the quarterback is doing.
It's no better game.
I think the QB is doing a good job tonight. Tom looks nothing like supposedly the GOAT. And Goff,
right?
We've seen Goff look like this before. We've made him look like this before.
Definitely.
But it's a funny game. Nobody wants to win.
It is.
Look at all those fans in the stands, though, Shay. They could look at social distancing. They could do that. There's no need.
Yeah, I don't know why.
But go ahead.
I don't know why. No, Ronbo. No, most definitely. No, I mean, gets back on the topic at hand. No, Ronbo, I don't want to. I mean, listen, and I forgot the girl who spoke a couple callers ago, but she's right. Like, why would we want to go to the playoffs to be a one-and-done team? It's different that if, like, we knew Bosa was coming back at the end of the if we just had to win one, if we could make the playoffs and win one playoff game, and then Bosa will be in like the conference championship or something. Him and D Ford can come back fully 100% healthy.
And D Ford
that's what I'm saying. Like
recovery, and
right, or something like that.
And put Eric back in the middle where he can do something.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But Eric, exactly. But, Sherman's coming back fully healthy. That would be a completely different story. But that's not the reality we face. We got guys out for the retired season. And even too, Jimmy too. If they're like, okay, if we win the next stretch or we go 9-7 or something, and Jimmy could come back and play start of the playoffs, even that too. Like Jimmy, I don't even think Jimmy would be warm. He would need like a game or two to get hot again, so he could start going through progressions better and read. So it's just in the situation that we're at. It's just like, damn, like if we really make the playoffs, we're definitely going to be one of them teams.
You just said is a miracle scenario. It was what you're saying, right?
Right. Exactly.
All those things can't happen.
Pretty much. Yeah. But what it looks like now. So no, I mean, I just think that I'm not saying tank. Obviously, I'm saying the best that we can do as 49er fans is just root for our team every day and just pray that they're competitive. We don't want to see any blowouts like against the Dolphins, things like that. Like the Saints game, we lost, but we fought hard and we had a chance in it all the way down to the wire. So
if we could have stopped with the special teams mistakes, we win. Because those possessions we lost the ball, gave back to Saints, we could have kept that for drives. And there's no telling what would have happened, right? So, that's
most definitely.
Affair.
No, it's most definitely. Like, I mean, what kind of fan would I be? Like, I want Zach Wilson. I want us to get a high draft pick, but I'm not going to tell my team to tank, man. We've been seeing that so many times. It's just like the resurgence of dominance that we had in the Harbaugh era is like, at least we were always contenders. You know what I mean? And then just recently, obviously, I believe in Shanahan, but we had 2 losing seasons, and then we went to the Super Bowl, and then now we're having another losing season. Like, I'm tired of tanking. Like, I'm not going to tell my guys go out there and tank. Like, no, play hard, be competitive, and, hopefully get some people in the all-pro category, like All-Pro Fred and stuff like that. And we get to see who's going to be here next year. Like, for instance, right now, what I'm hyped for, I think everybody's obviously hyped for, is the Travarius Moore situation. I think he should be starting right now. He looks good out there, man.
Well,
he looks good with Jimmy Ward.
Hey,
they're looking pretty damn good out there.
Oh, you can feel good about that, because the fact of the matter is, know who's on his way out? He is definitely not going to get re-signed. Travarius Moore keeps looking like he's looking, but Klosky is out of here, because we can't afford to be signing people that they can't really help. And Tavares is looking good,
right.
And they talked about that in an article, so yeah.
Really good. Really good. No, most definitely, Ronbo. It seems like every time he plays, he had a fumble against the Saints game. It's almost like every time he plays, he had a pick in the Super Bowl. It's like almost time he plays, he makes a play. There will at least be one play that he'll make for us, and he does it. And it looks good. And so I'm hyped to see these other guys that are coming up. Like, who's going to be the third linebacker, the Al-Shire or the I forgot the other kid's name. He has like a long name.
Oh, he's got a great
name. I think he's like number 48.
Flanagan
he
Foles?
hurt himself though. Flanagan Foles, Flanagan Foles. I think he hurt himself, though. I think he's hurt right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
I could have sworn, he's
he was
injured.
hurt.
So, it's good to see, who's going to step up for us, and who's going to start making, these plays and, trying to make the roster for next year. But, I mean, Ronbo, to answer the question shortly, nah, man. I mean, I just don't think I would want to put us to make it just to lose. I mean, like,
to get embarrassed.
Like James
somebody
said,
can get hurt, seriously hurt
Mullen,
too, for no reason.
Right, exactly. But we've seen, and you know what, Ronbo? That's absolutely right. Like, make the playoffs. What if somebody gets hurt and then now their next season is in jeopardy if it's a serious injury? You know what I mean? So, but look, you're right, Ronbo, 100%. I mean, like James said, like 1,000% what James said. Like, I mean, I've seen Nick Foles. I mean, not Nick Foles, Nick Mullins. You've seen Nick Mullins. We kind of know what we have in Nick Mullins, man. I mean, he's just not cutting it. And I agree with the last caller too about the emotional support that I do feel like Kyle needs to start giving other people. Wow, Tom Brady just threw another pick, and that looks like that's going to be the game. So,
because I'm gonna play behind you. I was gonna say, they got
really?
Brady in a 2-minute drill. That's it. No.
Yeah, Brady.
Here it comes now for me. Here it comes. Boom, deep downfield, right to a Ram, right to him.
Right to a Ram. I mean, right to it. I think he had like 3 receptions today. I mean, damn. I mean, when Jimmy plays this,
what are you doing?
Or Nick Mullins, who did not look this bad, man. Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is strange.
This is sad.
So
I'm happy we didn't take him, man. It's not working out for him, man.
Yeah, he's.
I'm sorry.
Tom's time is up. He's got the best. He's got some of the best receivers in the league. I mean, if I got Mike Evans and AB, I'm winning.
And
okay.
Chris Godwin looks great.
Godwin, yes, Godwin's awesome.
They got Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones out the backfield. Like, this offense is looking way more powerful than
legendary Gronkowski hanging out over there. What is that?
Yeah.
So
I just don't get it.
Tom picks up
Ronbo,
the iPad. It's too late, Tom. But go ahead.
It's too late, Tom. No, but real quick before I go, Ronbo. Hindsight, I just don't think the 49ers, I mean, just to be one and done like Seattle every year.
I know, I hate that.
It's not what we want.
And you could predict it. That's what they would say about us. Here come the 49ers to get one and done. I don't know. We need to be
but that's why I brought up the Harbaugh era. Like, we always made the conference, like, we knew we were contenders, right? And if we just won the conference game, we would go back to the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? Against the Giants. If, Kyle Williams didn't drop that punt or whatever, or against Seattle.
Please.
Those are right. Those are 1-1 away, but you know what I mean? Like, it's dominance, and I just don't. This team right now, I do think that our dominant window is now, but because we had so much significant injuries with Jimmy, Kittle, Bosa, I mean, key guys, key cogs in the system are out. There's no way we're gonna with that dominant.
In fact, the truth is, I think. After you lost both Bosa and Ford can't play, the writing was already on the wall.
You're 1,000% right.
Weston
Ronbo.
Richburg.
100%. Yeah.
That's it.
Once we lost Sam Richburg, I mean, I don't even know what he has. It doesn't even look like he's going to play this year, man.
And
he is like, I really, Ronbo, real quick before I go, Ronbo, the medical staff, I don't know what's going on, but everybody seems to they have setbacks. I don't get it. It started with McKinnon, and then Ronald Blair had a setback, and then Julian Taylor we cut him because he had another setback. And they're like, well, we're not going to pay your contract. And now it looks like Richburg had another setback too for his knee. And it's just like, what's wrong with the conditioning coaches? Like, what the hell? It's weird, Ronbo.
Whatever they're doing to recoup. It's strange.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's strange. But all right, Ronbo.
Yeah,
thank you again, Ronbo, for the opportunity. God bless
appreciate you, fam.
Shout out to my
Always love when you get in here.
Of course. Always love being here, Ronbo. You know what it is. The faithful, thank you for giving us the outlet for us. But you have a good one, Ronbo. God bless you,
too,
sir.
Fam. Nice share. And Antonio Rosales making jokes about you. Antonio, you, as I remember, one of the guys that was petitioning heavy for Tom Brady. Take your whooping like a man. Antonio! Hey, Tony.
Aloha, Ronbo. How's it going? It's fun to watch Tom Brady throw some interceptions sometimes. I got to be honest.
It is hilarious. Because, see, I said, okay, we're going to bring Tom in with our offensive line. And Tony, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't the Bucs have a better offensive line than we do?
I would say they have a more promising offensive line. I mean, they took Wirfs up there, and I mean they made some acquisitions and built it up specifically to protect Brady,
to protect Tom.
So I mean,
and because last year Jameis was getting killed.
22, so.
And wait, and let me get to one more question though, Tony, on that same subject. Doesn't Tom have an all-star wide receiver group that ours pales in comparison with?
Honestly, it's the ours pales in comparison with. Well, I think the. I'm going to be a little bit of a homer on that one.
Oh, I know, but the thing is, I look at Mike Evans, I look at Antonio Brown, I'm looking at this kid. What's the kid that just dived over for the touchdown? Tom Brady's got weapons galore.
The tight ends too, and two running backs. He has it all set up there for him. I'm not sure if Bruce Arians is the right play caller for Tom Brady.
That could be.
I mean, Brady's arm looks okay. But Bruce Arians likes to go deep, and and Brady looks like he still has a decent arm, but given all of that, I'm not sure if I'd want to be throwing 15 yards down the field with a guy who's as advanced in his career as Tom Brady is. But he has weapons, and he has a pretty solid offensive line, I would say. But I like they aren't like a versatile group of receivers. They're definitely built to pass downfield, but they're kind of, I don't know, like a mid-2000s like offense, and they're more backward.
See, Tony, I'm glad you said that. You know why? Because I've been amplifying that point forever. I said, guys, you want the ball thrown deep all the time, as if that is always an option. It's not. You've got to work for that shot and get a team off guard more than you do just dumping the ball downfield. And Jimmy can't throw the ball downfield. No, he has an arm strength. I've seen him throw it over people's head too many times to say he doesn't have the strength. It's just about timing with that play. You don't just throw the ball downfield to be throwing it downfield. People don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Well, so in terms of Jimmy's arm strength, that was they said he had tricky arm strength is what it was. Both Scott McLuhan and also Gil Brandt. I heard them talking about Jimmy G's unique arm, and when he's healthy and when his mechanics are working, he throws that quick release like 20-yard pass, better than anybody in the league. It's just I don't think he's had his mechanics together because of the offensive line, and that led to injuries going forward. And so he's been kind of off kilter. Now, I'm not 100% sold that Jimmy is the guy, but I will say this. I'm excited to see him down the stretch because we're going to find out two things. Number one, because he's going to come back as healthy as he's been since the start of last season, okay? But we're going to find out if he wants to be the quarterback for the 49ers.
I've wondered about that.
Sure.
I've wondered about that too.
Yeah.
I think if we get a call from Belichick saying, if you want Jimmy, get rid of Jimmy, I can give you a couple of picks or something like that. And I think Jimmy would be happy to go back to New England because he's not appreciated with the 49ers anyway, not by the fans. Well, I don't know about Kyle, how he feels about him. Lynch seems to like him. I wonder what the feeling is about Jimmy.
I really don't know, and the 49ers are very good at obfuscating their feelings about their players, and
true.
So Kyle is a very difficult. In terms of his quarterback, I think is a very difficult coach to read. I think Kyle is 50-50 on him right now, but at the same time, earlier in the season when Jimmy was hurt with the ankle, Kyle was protecting him. There was no doubt about it. Like Kyle was calling the games. Especially, I think it was the Rams game. He was calling all those quote unquote Jimmy gimmies, just to boost his numbers and kind of get the fan base off of his back. But it's just been a rough season, and the issue's been we really haven't had a good, healthy look at him this season. And then coming off the Super Bowl loss, there's been a lot of consternation after he missed Emmanuel Sanders and couldn't field the game. So
his whole career with the 49ers, as far as the fans are concerned, is defined by that one play. Never mind that he's the winningest quarterback we've had since God knows.
Tim Rattay. I don't know. I'm kidding.
What Kaepernick? Did Kaepernick? No, Kaepernick went 11. When's the last time we had 13
I don't remember.
and 3?
I mean,
Harbaugh's first year with Alex Smith. Okay, so you go back to Alex Smith in 13 and 3. Well, the thing is, Kyle has said it himself. He just knows Jimmy gives you the best chance to win, and that's what Kyle's looking at.
Yeah.
So that's why, and it didn't help. He's going to leave here having went to a Super Bowl. If he does leave next year or whatever, he's going to have left here having won a Super Bowl, but being injured way too often, and that's a knock on him too. So it's kind of a strange thing.
Yeah. And here's the other thing: it's this COVID calf is the real devil here, because in any other year, I've always thought this, because of this season and because of COVID, Jimmy's price tag is too high going forward because of all the free agents that we have to sign. But it's important to see, and we will see it, I think, in Week 16 and Week 17. We'll see if Jimmy wants to be the quarterback here. And if he does, I think we should try to do something funny, like see if he'll sign an extension for a year, increase his bonus money to alleviate some sort of cap relief, so we can sign some other guys to put around him. Because the good news for Jimmy is that if he comes back next year, the offense, except for the offensive line, is good. There's the skill positions are set up, and he has Kyle Shanahan calling the plays for him. So the offense has the nucleus, except for the offensive line, to really be good. So any quarterback's going to want to come in here. But the other thing of the cap situation is, every other NFL team is going to be dealing with something similar. Like every team has been
that's what I was going to mention
structuring.
Too.
So I think some players will be willing to take a discount. And the thing we got to see with Jimmy is if he truly wants to be the 49ers franchise quarterback, is he going to sign? Will he take some sort of a pay or some sort of restructure or a pay cut? Because as it is right now, just that $27 million cap hit is too much.
I could see him listening to a restructure. Brady used to do it all the time with the Patriots.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, though, it depends on how much Jimmy wants to stay here. I'm not sure. Yeah. If I was him, I wouldn't want to stay here anymore. Every time I got to hear grief about that Super Bowl forever. If I stay here, I make a mistake. People are all over me. I mean, but Jimmy doesn't really read. It seems like he doesn't really pay much attention to social media or anything like that. But you're still going to hear it. You're going to find out. Yeah. So. Yeah.
That's got to be the key. And fans are will turn on a dime. If all of a sudden Jimmy comes back healthy and he brings back that arm, and all of a sudden the release is there and he's finding Brandon Ayuk downfield, people will forget, and then they'll chalk up everything to injuries, and honestly, rightly so. But and it's I don't know how we're going to block Aaron Donald next week. It's terrifying. I feel bad for Nick Mullins,
Tony, such good stuff. We got to go, though. Let's see you later on in the week, all right?
All right. Sounds good, Ronbo. Take care, buddy.
All right, fam. Oh, God. Bruce Meow, I said the last quarterback to win, dimwit. Alex Smith won 13. I was talking about volume of wins. Anyway, hey, Steven.
Hey, how you doing, Ronbo? I'm back. Sorry about that.
Go ahead, man.
So, we all watched the Rams game. We all watched the Buccaneers game. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. That game was literally the battle between two papier-mâché houses with a pair of scissors. It was literally like, we got they have all the utilities to take out the other team, yet they just don't know how to use it. And whenever someone blows at them the wrong way or, splashes.
Steven, I lost Steven.
I gotta say,
Oh, there you go. Steven, you faded it out. I missed a bigger chunk of that sentence. Good, try again. I missed the long. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I said, it seemed like nobody wanted to win. It literally came down to a field goal. Like, it was just, they have the high power capacity to actually take each other out. It's like, no, you win the game. No, you win the game. No, you win the game. And eventually it finally came down to, the Rams kicking a field goal, and that was it. That was the game ender. We were talking about the playoffs. I want them coming back to the playoffs. No, I don't. I want them to, but at the same time, what Niner Mike was saying, we got to be realistic. Do we want to get washed in the first, the very first game of the playoffs?
Yes,
absolutely.
No.
But it's going to happen if we do.
Yeah, I know. But you look at the teams. You look at the teams in NFC. Okay, who's the toughest team in NFC? You thought about that, Steven?
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, who would be our toughest team in the NFC? And it's. Let me go ahead and look at it. So the toughest team in the NFC, just in general, including the North and the South NFC, would be Green Bay Packers for sure, the Saints for sure, without a doubt, and then easily, it's a toss-up between our division, the NFC West. It's a toss-up between the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Those guys, they equal, in my opinion.
That's why I'm saying, as the 49ers maintain that roster from the beginning of the season, this year would have been a cakewalk. And I didn't realize the Bucs look like they look, but this year would have been a cakewalk. What happens?
Easily.
We go down in flames, not because we got beat, but because our players ended up in the hospital, one after another.
Yes.
It makes no sense. I don't know, Steven, I don't know if we'll ever have an assembly of talent like this again. I just don't. I can't imagine that. This was a ridiculously stacked team at every position.
Yes. We were literally in my opinion, we had the Justice League assembly out of every NFL team. We could have easily taken the Steelers record and just made it look so much better. Like, look at it. Like I said, the Steelers have a perfect record. The Niners, if we would have stayed healthy and kept everybody, without getting injured, our record would have been so much more impressive because we would have beaten such high-powered teams at such a high-powered gameplay. And it would have been a win after win after win. And it would have been in stellar fashion. We had everything going for us.
I mean, and even you look at the running back room, right? Which is what pretty much all the offense is based off of. So you got Mostert, you got Jeff Wilson Jr. looking like a frigging maniac, and even you could use Jerick McKinnon as he's supposed to be used as a third down back, right? I look at that and I say, and now you got Jordan Matthews, you got Jordan Reed, and you got two Pro Bowl tight ends. You got Debo back, who always has an impact on the offense, and Ayuk looks like one of the best rookies in the year on the 2020 season, right? So now you got Jimmy back there. If he's healthy, he's gonna deal up dimes, and I don't care what anybody says. He's going to light it up. That's what he's capable of doing.
Oh yeah,
because but you still got to have protection up front. So you got Weston Richburg in the middle, where Jimmy had his best season behind, and I got a healthy Trent Williams. McGlinchey, you could actually survive McGlinchey having his issues because now you're going to be running so much that the defense can't pin their ears back and just come at you. And then that defense, don't even get me started. Oh, my God. Steven, we win this league hands down. No doubt about it.
Yeah, easily. The revenge tour was going to happen so easily. And then COVID-19 hit, preseason came and went. Like nothing. Like it was like, okay, cool, no preseason, and then that's where the problems happened. That's exactly where it happened. We jumped in the tank with the Sharks, and we got
ate up,
chewed to bits. Yeah,
but you know what, Steven?
We got chewed.
How come other teams didn't suffer like we did? We lost. $80 million worth of guys are out. How did that happen? And I don't see any other team suffering like the 49ers. Is there another team in the NFL that lost as many guys as we did? God.
You know, I don't know. I don't really have an answer for that. To be honest, that question actually kind of caught me off guard. You know, yeah, I have, and oh man, it's just that was, you know, you got me. That was a really good question that stumped me. I was like,
I'm gonna look
I was
into
not
it
prepared for that.
I want to know. Is anybody else? Because then I can have another excuse to whine about. Because then I got to get guys like that jerk Brian Ford's always coming. Man, you guys are always crying. Especially you, Ronbo. I said, you know what? I got it right. You know what, Brian Ford? Take your Browns loving butt. You know what? There's gonna be guys that need to be blocked because they're just irritating cancers of the planet. You know what I mean? God.
I'll tell you this. I love the haters. I love them. Because you know why, Ronbo?
We'll get our turn on them later. Yeah.
They at one point were 49ers. And I say that heavily because I've seen it happen. At one point they were 49ers and they jumped ship and they're like, I hate the Niners. I hate the Niners. Or
I bet
they
you're
had
right.
someone in the family who wasn't Niners.
I never even thought about that. I bet you're right. I mean, I agree. I believe you too. I've never talked because my family, everybody who I've known, has been that way since the beginning. I've got Raider fans in my family. I got Chiefs fans. You know, I'm if I had a Hawks fan, I would never talk to him. I'm glad I don't because this is enough to separate blood. Raider fans I put up with, my family I already put up with because that goes all the way back to when I was a kid. So I can't really get mad about that. But the Hawks didn't start winning until 2000, right? So you're 2000 something.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, there was no such thing as a Hawks fan. It's just like the L.A. Clippers. Nobody knew anything about the Clippers. It was about the Lakers. So
exactly.
I said, you know, this is, you people.
And I'll put it like this, Ron. Nobody knew of the Golden State. I can tell you right now.
Warriors?
Everyone who jumped on the bandwagon for the Golden State Warriors didn't know what the original logo looked like, or what it looked like in the early 2000s when it had the blue man, the actual Warrior.
And Run DMC, and ask them about some of the players that were from way back and some of the most famous Warriors. They can't tell you. You're right. It just happened recently, Steven.
So that's why I'm like, I love the haters. Because they just love to talk, and you know they love hearing themselves because it makes them feel good that they're no longer with the Niners. But when their team loses, guarantee you won't see them for about a couple hundred miles.
Steve, we gotta go. Let me see you later on in the week. Good stuff. All right, man. I'm glad that nostalgia was fun to bring up too. All right, we'll talk later. Oh, Elliot.
Ronbo.
Elliot, sometimes he's switching back and forth in his tech.
Mistaking it. All right, there we go.
Okay.
What's good, Ronbo?
Yeah, I sitting back here, I was laughing at the Rams and Tom Brady. This pretty much concludes our argument about we should have brought Tom Brady to San Francisco. Tom, I think it's time for him to say goodnight. I can't see the Bucs bringing him back next year looking like he's looking now. So I'm glad we dodged that bullet. All right. So I just want to raise my hand and say, I told y'all, okay? Anyway, Elliot, I'm just playing. Don't get mad. People be getting mad. Elliot, talking about Jerry Rice, talking about 49ers got to win that, got to come into that game with a playoff mentality and play the Rams this Sunday. And Kyle Shanahan, he jumped on Kyle's coach, and Kyle, you got to run the ball, bro. You got to run the ball, Kyle. You got to establish that game and set Nick Mullins up so he can win, build his confidence up. Somebody did mention a little while ago, too, it was interesting. You never see Kyle walk over to his quarterback after the quarterback just got shamed. You need to go over there and say, look, shake it off, take it easy. You're going right back out there, and you're going to be fine. I'm going to give you the right plays. Kyle, you got to talk sweet to your quarterback, man. Kyle never does that.
Yes. Listen, I would hate to say it, but this is what I believe about Nick. I still like Nick Mullins, man. I think that, give him time, he get used to playing. He's just in a bad situation playing with a bad team right now. He got good players still, but everybody is shaky. And the line it really don't matter, man. Lincoln Thompson probably is the only person I've seen on his back the most this year. He
was solid last year. I don't know what's going on with Lincoln.
I know.
Him and Mike
I don't know, man. him and you know I hate to talk about Mike, but you know what?
I'm sorry, Elliot.
I got to be honest. I got to be honest, man.
What I meant by that, though, was Mike, I'll never get over it. He's not as bad as some people say, but that getting taken out by a cornerback, I'll never forgive Mike for that.
Yeah.
Everything else that happened to Mike, I understand position, footwork. Sometimes you get tangled up in that, and it's a win-win, 50-50 thing. But that cornerback, he weighs 100 pounds. Mike, beat that boy's butt.
Yeah, he supposed to toss them all the way to the out of bounds somewhere.
Into the stands.
So that was
bathroom.
Terrible. Yeah, that was terrible. And that's gonna stick with him this whole season, pretty much. It don't even matter what he's doing until he totally knocks somebody out. That's gonna stick with him all season.
But he's still the best guy to run
I just think that
in the league, so I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those. But see, that's the part I was trying to get across is you do know Mike McGlinchey was a mauler, like he was a left side mauler.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Zach Martin, that's what they did. They did that on the left side. He was never a great passing of Zach Martin.
Yeah, who's that big guard? Who's that big guard?
That was the guard, Zach Martin. Zach Martin.
Wasn't there a guy named Smith?
He played for the Cowboys.
No, I'm talking about the guy that's with the Colts right now.
I don't give me the line to you.
Anyway,
don't give me the line to you.
That guard. That's a bad man. I mean, that dude pancaked Jadavion Clowney. I said,
oh, man.
Oh.
But
I've never
back to
seen
Mullins,
anybody do Clowney like that. Yeah.
Getting back to Mullins. Mullins was on the sideline soaking last year while everybody, after Sherman got that interception in the Green Bay and everybody was just to celebrate. If anybody saw Mullins, he was standing there with the straight face. He was not happy. He wasn't congratulating and happy we going to the championship. He was standing there with his arms folded.
Because he wants to play.
Because he ain't playing. He's that kind of quarterback. You got to instill, and I kept saying, you got to instill some sort of stability with your quarterback. You cannot make him a backup and say, you just as good as the third. I'll yank you out in a heartbeat for another guy. You got to, he don't do that to Jimmy G.
Ooh.
He let Jimmy G as our quarterback. Okay, that is what the second quarterback is supposed to be. When the second quarterback come up, your second quarterback is your second quarterback. They're not the third quarterback in a series. So you gotta show some confidence in them and show them
feel good.
that you believe in them. Yeah.
By the way,
believe in them, man.
Elliot, it's Quentin Nelson. That boy is just evil, mean, tough, and that's the Notre Dame legend, along with Mike McGlinchey on that side.
Okay.
Yeah. You remember him?
Yeah, okay.
That's your team.
All right. Yeah, no doubt. When you said the name, that's when it hit me. Like, okay, I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
But also, I think it's not so much that you got to run and we got to run the ball. We've been trying to run the ball. If you've been paying attention, if Rice is paying attention to the game, we are trying to run the ball. We did that last week. The problem is we need to mix it up. On first down, we a run team. Learn how to just do a couple play actions and build them up. Build them up that way and build up the run game. Allow the run game to consist because everybody jumping on the run game in the first down every time. That's just giving up a down.
And it's stacked the box. And what happened to the screenplay, Kyle?
Yeah.
I mean, we know we got to do. And we don't stop running out of the shotgun, Kyle. Ain't nobody being fooled by that. Nobody.
Nobody's being fooled. This is not Kingsbury offense, bruh. Stop that. You don't have that kind of quarterback where he can take off at a moment's notice. So you can run out the shotgun. It's not even like that, man. So, a lot of it is just mixing up things, man. And you know what? I sit at the TV and I be talking to my friend. I be like, you know what, dog? We've been watching this game for like 30 years. And I swear you would think these offensive and defensive minds would know what they're doing. And we sitting here hollering at the TV like, what the hell was that?
It's a chess game, though. You know, Elliot. Because one coach thinks he's going to outguess the other one, and one thinks he's going to fool the other one, and it often backfires. This is what I do like about Kyle. He does go against that logic. But you know what, Elliot? What we all got to realize? He doesn't have his full arsenal. So they're gonna be doing
I
some
I
BS
totally get
things. Yeah.
Man, I've been saying that all season long. Like, dog, we don't have our team, man. We don't have this person. We don't have that. And believe it or not, people have to believe this or not. No, Brandon Ayuk has come in. Jalen Hurd was a huge part of what we were trying to do this season.
Shanahan already
He
told
is a very huge
went
part.
public with that.
And you can't replace him.
Yeah.
You can't replace him. So that was a big blow to what we was trying to do this year. Because we was going to pass the ball, believe it or not.
Yeah.
We was going to pass the ball, and most of it, he stayed hurt. Remember we talked about this, though? You wanted your money, and we said if you have to endure a full season as a running back if you want your money. You can't get your money from half of coming from a backup, but you want your money. And so if we give you this money, you don't perform, we get to take some of that back.
I wonder.
And guess what? He been hurt. Even though, I will say, he started off fantastic this year. He started off
from the
fantastic.
scrimmage.
He was on his way.
All the way to the end zone twice, back to back. Which
he was on his way.
Yeah.
But you can't endure a full season. This is why you don't get paid like a number one running back like you want to get paid. This is why Zeke and them get paid. They've been doing this for years. Full season. Whether it's whatever they're doing, they're playing full season. You're not playing a full season. Now you want some more money again later on. But you better play a full season, brother, or you going to still get your same little bit of bread.
Most of the knows better ask for some
That's
more money.
what it is.
Yeah. Well,
see?
Yeah, that's.
See? But it's all right, man. I'm not tripping, man. It's hurtful to watch us lose week in and week out, man, and know what we expected, man, and stuff like that. But I think I got my anger out the most when we lost to the Dolphins. When we lost to them, that's when I was pissed. That's when I was pissed.
Ran off the field. Oh my Lord!
Now, so it's like no other loss after that can phase me at this point.
You know what I mean? You've seen it all.
We lost. You know what? You seen what the Dolphins did to us.
You know what, though, Elliot?
It's all right.
It's so sad because if we had a sorry team to start the team with, we'd be ready for this, right? But we had a 15-1 team easily. Jimmy G and all.
Easily.
15-1. You look around the league, and there's nothing but trash all over the league. And I knew it coming this season.
Man.
I looked around other teams. You know what?
Bro.
Nobody's got quite the arsenal. And talk about continuity. These guys on both sides of the ball know each other well and will be fine. I think ain't nobody going to beat this team. What happened? Suddenly the rain came over Santa Clara and started dropping lightning bolts and taking out Niners one at a time.
Oh, my God.
We'll never have this kind of assembly
food
talent.
or something. They spiked the food or something, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just getting to a point now, man. Like I say, this week was the most boringest week. As much as we lose, this week was so boring because I ain't had no Niners to watch. I couldn't even watch Notre Dame because they was on bye week. So I'm sitting here twiddling my thumb, watching Red Zone because I can't stick to one team because these teams are trash. And the Ravens got the nerve to be bad this year.
Yeah, and Ravens. There's another joke. They ain't going nowhere. Jay,
y'all was all world when we was doing that.
I know. Ellie, we gotta go. I'll see you later in the week. All right.
All right, my brother. I'll talk to you later, man. Everybody stay faithful, man. Just enjoy the team. That's all I can. That's the best advice we can give each other. Yeah. Let's just hug it out, man. Let's get one big group hug.
That's it.
Just enjoy our team, man.
Oh, God. Night, Tyrell. All right, fam. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
You too. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, I'm looking at Jerry West. Like somebody just pointed out a minute ago, we don't know what game Jerry's watching. The 49ers have been trying to run. I was laughing because I said, Jerry, I don't know that Kyle doesn't want to run. I think he's been trying to run so he can get, because everything Kyle does is predicated off the run. Play action you can do off the run. It also sets up plays to make the defense look like suckers. And, if you can't run, it hurts Kyle's offensive attack. And Jerry said, get back to running the ball. and provide Nick with a setup where he can win and build his confidence. Because Jerry's probably noticed like everybody else. When Nick goes out there and makes a mistake, Nick goes over there. You feel like, Nick, don't cry. Okay, pull yourself together. You'll get another chance. And then he falls all apart. I said, Kyle, go over and talk to him. You can see he's under duress. Say something. Kyle won't do it. So, this is one thing I wish Kyle would start doing. Go comfort your quarterback. Let him know everything's all right. You still believe in him. And you're going to dial up some plays and get him going on this next series. So,
right, man.
But go ahead.
For one, we don't have no running backs to run the ball. I'm sorry.
No,
you know
right?
what I'm saying? We injured. So you see it then, we should run the ball. I mean, what? What do we have to run the ball?
Austin
you know
Walter
what I'm saying? Like,
Jerick McKinnon.
We got three running backs hurt. Four running backs hurt. You know what I'm saying? The only one is Jerry McKinnon. He's the only one that ain't hurt.
But he runs like it.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
We can't even call nobody up no more. We called everybody up. Austin Walter got called up. That's it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We try to run the ball. Like, what can we do? You know what I'm saying? We got it's been an injured season this entire season. We've just been injuries after injuries, battling injuries. You know what I'm saying? Players coming back from injuries, getting re-injured, going back. You know what I'm saying? So this is what kind of season we're going through. So you can't sit here and say, we need to run the ball. It's easy to say that when you're on the sidelines and not playing or coaching. You can see it.
Yeah.
You played in the league. You should know. You should know.
And Jerry, of all people, Jerry should know. Yeah.
Yeah, he played in the league. So, you know what I'm saying? He should know. Man, we're dealing with a lot of injuries. So everybody knows that. So they ain't really hard. We're not really jumping on for Kyle Shanahan's head and John Lynch's head. You know what I'm saying? We know what the situation is. And all we're doing is dealing with the misery of what our team is going through right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We hate it, but this is football. You know what I'm saying? 1 year you going to the Super Bowl, and one you dealing with injuries.
You top the draft.
Yeah,
that's
right. So
I just didn't see this coming.
Been a bad year.
Yeah, all these injuries.
I didn't either, Ronbo.
This is just crazy.
Ronbo, I thought I said 15-1 because we added good pieces to our team on top of the pieces we had, and then boom, just players are going down left and right, and it ain't talking about second string. We talking about starters who contribute to the team is going down. You know what I'm saying? Like big time, and then it is what it is. So it is what it is.
And when you see Sherm go out for 2 months, then because that dude doesn't ever miss that many games.
Right.
I mean, he just doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you have trouble.
You know what I'm saying?
D4's laying up there about to retire.
Yeah, D4.
Weston Richburg needs to probably retire.
Them two need to retire.
Nick Bosa, how did the freakish accident he pulls ACL? Like, good God.
Right.
Jimmy G, high ankle sprain that won't go away.
Mostert, high ankle sprain.
We love high ankle sprains. Jeffrey Wilson Jr., high ankle sprain. Well, we love a high ankle sprain. That's all we get. If I was one of the things in that, I'd say, look, guys, what I'm not going to tolerate is an argument on this. I'll find you. I swear to God, you will see Matt and Steve, and they're going to wrap your ankles. I don't want to hear about I've got no flexibility. You're going to wrap those ankles. You're going to wrap those ankles. You're going to wrap those ankles. I'm going to check ankles, guys. If I see an unwrapped ankle, you got trouble. I'd be so mad.
Right.
I can't get guys.
I would be so mad too.
God, Jesus.
It's just like little nagging injuries like that just lingers on through the season, and they can't. And when Raheem Mostert, when he's healthy, he's a beast. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, man, Ronbo, this has been a terrible year. completely from the start of this year from now. It's just been a terrible year. You know what I'm saying? When we lost the Super Bowl to this, you know what I'm saying? So this has been a terrible year for us, just straight up.
And we're not done yet, Elliot. This is
right.
This is November. There's going to be more.
Needs to end.
I tell you,
right.
Watch this weekend. If we get out of this Sunday without a serious injury to somebody important, almost praise be Lord. Thank you. Can't believe. And then as soon as the game's over, the 49ers will send 3 more players to the COVID list, bringing their total up to 17. If it's not injuries, it's COVID.
And I ain't even talk about that. I ain't even talk about the COVID list. That's what I said. That's another layers of stuff we got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like all this is coming. Like you need. Now I see why they have, 2-a-days and, what I'm saying, mini camps and training camps and preseason games.
To get guys ready for the season. There's a purpose. So if the league continues to want to say, we're not going to play that many preseason games. Well, yeah, we are.
Right.
You guys got 3 minimum preseason games. And get ready for the season.
Yeah, that's what, you know what I'm saying? You can't just jump in something physical like that. And that's why we're having so many injuries, because people are just jumping in, starting the season, and tackling. They wasn't tackling. They wasn't even participating in. They was doing all that stuff through Zoom. You know what I'm saying? So no wonder we got so many injuries. And luckily, I'm surprised a lot of teams ain't got a lot of injuries like we have, to be honest with you.
That's what I was just asking Steven about. Is anybody else struggling with this many guys out? What is it with us and injuries? That is so bizarre.
Right. Man, we just got hit with the injury bug this year, Ronbo. That's simple.
And now here comes Rudy, right? See, now that we're injured, here comes Rudy. McVay and Goff have my team back in first place. Shanny has in last again, 4 seasons now. Happy Thanksgiving from Rudy, my Niner brother. See, this is what I'm talking about. Rudy's team and everybody else in the NFC survives because of the 49ers not having the personnel. Rudy's team, Joseph Smiley or Crack, see, these people know this is the only way they can stop the 49ers. The only way. And now we have to hear it as if they have the dignity to stand up and say things like they say. When really what they should be saying, hey, we're really happy you guys aren't at full strength. Now we can take over. Yeah, I can actually respect. Yeah, you guys, Shane got you in last place again. How stupid a statement is that?
Rob, they know what it is, Ronbo. They don't want to be a man about it in a minute and say, hey, we're glad y'all are injured, because if y'all was fully healthy, we'll be getting our ass stomped. You know what I'm saying? So
this is why I want them to beat the Rams this week, even in the condition they are in. See, beating the Bucs does not mean anything, because the Saints beat the Bucs to death too, and the Saints got saved from us beating their butt because of the fact that we're going to protect the ball this weekend against the Rams and hand them their ass. I can't wait.
We had a bunch of replacement players, Ronbo, and we didn't play non-mistake football. We could have beat the Saints. You know what I'm saying? We had not even replacement players.
We could have made a few mistakes like we made, but stop with the special teams putting the Saints in the red zone. If not for that, we win. So, you know what? I can't wait to play the Rams this weekend. And I'm inspired by Rudy's unnecessary comment. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to this game now. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah. And, God. I mean, even with our team where it was, then we smashed them. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah, we beat him before. And Rudy coming in, you guys going to lose the rest of your games the rest of the season, and blah, blah, blah. Rudy, his feelings were hurt. I loved it. Hey, Ellie, Jay, we got to go, fam. I'll see you later in the week. All right?
All right, Ronbo. Appreciate what you do, brother.
Thanks, fam.
You have a good night, bro.
You too. Night, Jay. See? That's what I'm talking about. Here they come. One thing I like about the maggots that troll through our conversations, get all up in our business, uninvited. Our time is coming. See, Rudy suffered last year, and he will suffer again in the days ahead. Hawks fans know they no longer can dominate the division anymore. It's all a matter of luck. If we get hurt, well, the squirrels out there trying to get a nut, they'll prosper. If we're healthy, they don't have a prayer. See, so that's fine. Let them have their fun. And they can stick it where the sun don't shine. Fam, I'll see you later in the week. I'm not sure about Wednesday, but I'm pretty sure I'll be back Friday. Right? Yeah. All right. Fam, ignore those people. Ignore them. We're fine. We are the 49ers. All is going to be fine. Hit that like, fam. I'm going to see you shortly. Niners!